Hello. Hi. Happy uh uh Friday, I think. Hello. Sorry, let me open that. I just woke up from a nap that didn't help me feel any better, so I apologize if I sound really awful. I'm trying my best. Let me see. Hello, Miggles. Congrats on first, and thank you for the 20 stream streak. Hello, Amadis. Hello, Austin. Thank you for the 24 months. Hello, Fita. Hello, Uni. Hello, Blood. Hello, Trace. Hello, Rising. Hello, seriously, what the fuck, Clap. Hello, Panis. Deep voice spooky unlocked. Do I sound that different? I feel like I sound the same. But, yeah, there you go. Thank you for the posture check. I wasn't... Okay, I was shrimping maybe a little bit. A tiny bit. But yeah, I took a nap because I started having, like, my usual fever symptoms. Which is not good. And I woke up from the nap feeling worse. And then I ate pizza. And now I'm here. So we'll see how it goes. You do sound like you just woke up. Well, that's good. Good morning. Isn't it like morning time for a lot of people that watch me? Good morning. Now I can actually say it and mean it. They're calling her sleepy spooky. Isn't that what I always am? Maybe I should do it with this outfit today. But I don't know, I want to match with the Umineko sprite, so. Pizza, the sacred medicine to all of bad feelings. I wanted to eat that pizza. I was really hungry, so that probably didn't help me feeling bad. But it's okay, I just have to sit, so if I feel dizzy, I probably won't feel dizzy since I'm sitting down. It's probably fine. It is indeed 6 AM where I am. Good morning then. I slept through almost all of my alarms this time. Hey, you and me both. I actually did sleep through my alarm. I turned it off, apparently half asleep, and I got woken up again. 1 minute before I was supposed to start the stream, and I was like, well, I'm gonna eat my pizza first, and then I'll start the stream. So that's why I'm late also. I'm very sorry. Anyway, I don't know, there isn't much to say. I actually went through Bloodborne items and my Bloodborne VODs earlier because I wanted to like write down the lore and like what I have learned so far, and there was actually a lot that was in the items that I kind of only glossed over and really missed. So I'm glad I went back. I wanted to do the same for Umineko, but it's not as easy to do that for 19 streams compared to 2 streams. So I didn't do that for Umineko, also because I went to sleep. I didn't do that for Umineko. But I wanted to take a few more notes and like have more thoughts on things, because I feel like if I go back and I reread it, of course if I have more context I'll recontextualize stuff, but also I feel like sometimes it can happen that I read stuff and not really think too much about it. Like I did in Bloodborne, like there was a lot of info that I could have already had and I was like, I think I read this, but also I didn't really read it, so I don't think I do the same for Umineko as much, since there isn't that much other stuff distracting me, except for the red text and the text overall. But you never know. Hello 11A, welcome in. Pizza, indeed, it was delicious. I had to take a nap before stream today because I was way too tired. Yeah, I feel slightly better, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I hope that I'll feel better over the course of the stream and not die. That would be good. But we'll see how I feel. I hope that I can pull through. I want to make some good progress today. But yeah, I apologize for the sleepy sounding voice. I wish I could change it, but I can't. It is what it is. Anyway, let us go here. And I'm aware the chat is not where it's supposed to be. Hold on, I can fix it. Whoop, there you go. Fantastic. Let me become green. I'm green now. And then I will do this, do that, and then do this. Wow. You say this as if we don't love Sleepy Spooky. That is good, at least. You get something out of this. Hello, Irom. Welcome in. What is the amazing reason that everyone keeps talking about for being green? Why is Shrek green? Questions to ponder. There's like no sound for this right now. Or is there? I think there is sound, but I'm not hearing it. Did I mute game sound for myself? Oh, there's seagulls and water. Amazing. Surely this chapter is gonna have a happy ending. I was actually thinking about possibly getting an ending this time. So I think we might be close to getting an ending. I don't remember how long the first chapter was, or first episode. Hello, Spooky, your evilness. Hello, Irom, your, Iromness. Why am I evil? What did I do? Shrek is green because he grew up on a swamp eating algae. Like, why flamingos are pink. What do flamingos eat? Pink things? Hello, Latai. Welcome in. We can hear it. Okay, I actually had to take off my sweater because I am very hot. I was very cold earlier, now I'm very hot, so excuse me for a second. Okay. Canonically, I can take off the sleeves now, too. So this better reflects the truth, you know? Red text. My arms should be red for this. Anyway, I'm thinking about what happened last week. Let me think. What did happen? I don't really remember. Oh yeah, wait, I should open the red text stuff that I always screenshot. We had a lot of red text, and Batara kind of didn't solve a single thing, which was lovely. We had, oh yeah, we had red text, you are incompetent, and and we had a triple battle, which was awesome. She cackled in red text too, which was really good. I actually laughed about the "you are incompetent" text a few times afterwards. I don't know why. I looked at it and the sprite for it is just so good. Oh yeah, no one is hiding in the room. And there was this thing about Jeshka's corpse. Yeah, I remember. I said that I didn't screenshot the correct text, but I actually did. It says, whoops, the corpse of, and then the red text begins. Jeshka is also included, so I suppose maybe she wasn't dead. So yeah, I did go back and check that. So we did get a lot of red text explanation. Also, I think last time we also had the epic battle with Kanon. That was kind of sick, and Goda was kind of a crazy beast, and so was Genji, and Shannon was incredible. And Kumasawa died, and so did Nanjo. The old people got slaughtered, completely slaughtered. Yeah, a few old people remain alive. Kanon had red eyes, he was super creepy. He had, I think, a purple sword. I don't remember what his sword was actually colored, but I think that's, like, for the most part it. And Rosa was kind of like, oh yeah, the wolves and the sheep, and they are the sheep. The Ushiromiya family are the sheep, and the wolves are the servants, and they're evil, evil, evil. And she will shoot anyone if they defy her, and whatever. A lot of stuff happened, and I hate Rosa even more now. She's kind of annoying, but I also get her a little bit, a tiny bit. Flamingos are pink from the shrimp they eat. At least that's what the scientists tell us. I can't tell if you're messing with me or if you're actually telling the truth. I don't know anything about flamingos. Do they eat shrimp? I don't know anything. I know that if you eat enough carrots, you can become orange. So I'm not questioning, you know, I will, yeah, you're telling me the truth, I'm sure. Red Truth, Spooky has arms. It's actually funny because if you mention my username in the chat, the whole chat message becomes red. So, you did actually write red text. The reddest truth of them all. Yep. Orange. Yeah, isn't that like a thing? You can become a little bit orange. right? It's like a... Oh, I don't remember what the actual thing that happens is, but if you eat too many carrots, I think, you can actually become orange. It takes a shit ton amount of oranges, but you can actually become orange. And then you're supposed to not eat that many because it's not healthy. I think something happens in your body that causes that. Obviously, you don't just turn orange for a good reason, but you know, you should avoid eating that many carrots. Hello, Kuro, welcome in. I almost said oranges, but not oranges. Carrots. Don't eat that many carrots. Anyway, I think that about sums it up. Yeah, and I think after Battle laughed at us in red text, I think I stopped the stream. So I think I recapped the most important things, and I think they found a letter here too last time. Did we read these? Yeah, we did. Okay. And we did get this as well. Oh yeah, she borrowed, quote-unquote, borrowed the corpses, and they will be returned. It doesn't say how they will be returned. Also kind of interesting that it's mentioned as 2 corpses. It doesn't specify who the corpses are, which is very funny. And yeah, we got the keys. I think it was the master keys that open the servant room. And I think there is also 1 key. Oh, I forgot what keys there are. Maybe if I look into the red text, it'll become clear. First, I have to go up and get insulted again over and over. Without a servant room key or the master key. I forgot how many servant room keys there were kept in the key box in the center of the servant room. There are several servant room keys, but all of those are inside the key box. Doesn't mention how many there are, but all of them are in the key box. Did it mention how to open the key box? I don't know. Okay, I think that's enough information. I'm sure it'll all make sense if I just keep reading. Now it's clear. There's no longer any reason to doubt. Huh? What are you saying? You kept saying those 2 were dead, but they aren't here. And now we have this letter from Beatrice where she's been kind enough to confess that she carried the corpses off. I like that she already has the gun pointed at Goda. This is gonna end horribly. It's as simple as that. Why did I know that was gonna happen? I've had enough of this farce. As Aunt Rosa yelled this, she looked at all of us with a fierce expression. She's gonna shoot them all. What do you mean? By farce? I mean, yeah, the room was locked. All the keys are inside the room, which should be suspicious enough, but also the letter was inside the locked room, which is not a good sign. As simple as that. Is this a Golden Slaughterer? I forgot. I feel like I heard this before, but also I'm not entirely sure. It's a banger though. I said it in Jessica's room. You can't trust anyone but yourself and those whose corpses have been found. And since we can't find the corpses of those 2 people, we must not accept that they've been killed. Please wait, Aunt Rosa. What do you mean by that? Dr. Nanjo and Kumasawa-san aren't dead. They're alive. We're supposed to believe that they've been killed, but they're definitely hiding somewhere in this mansion. So that they can attack us. How could you know that? Are you saying that Goda-san and the rest are lying? Goda would never lie. I've actually become really fond of him. Not golden slaughter. Okay.
この業だ。
It's good regardless.
後ろ宮家使用人一同。
Goda-sama. Rosa-sama. Goda. No, all of the Ushiromiya family servants.
誓ってそのようなことはいたしません。
We all swear that nothing of the sort happened.
あなたたちは南條先生たちが殺されたという
You all say that those two were
で
killed.
も死体がない以上それを信じるわけにはいかない
But since there are no corpses, we mustn't believe you.
あなたたちが口裏を合わせてそういう嘘をついている可能性があるのに
There's a chance that you worked out a story beforehand, that you're lying.
あなたたちの無実を信じる方法はちゃんとあるわよ
There's a good way to prove your innocence, isn't there?
南條先生と熊沢さんの遺体が見つかることよ
Find Dr. Nanjo's and Kumasawa-san's bodies.
それが見つかったら私はあなたたちの話を聞いてみようという話にもなるわ
If you can find them, then maybe maybe I'll start listening to your story.
でも見つからない限り
But
あなたた
until
ち
you
は
do,
狼であることを否定できない
you cannot deny that you're all wolves.
あんたも
You and you.
黄金に目がくらんであの魔女に買収されたんでしょ
I'll bet you were all bought by that witch, that your eyes were blinded by gold.
そんなに金が欲しい
Do you really want money that much?
そうなんでしょ
That's right, isn't it?
一生遊んで暮らしたいの
You want to live the easy life for as long as you live.
そんな人生に何の価値があるのよ
What value could a life like that possibly have? Isn't she the one who needs a bunch of money? I don't know. That seems contradictory what she's saying right now. Gora would 100% lie if it made him look better. Not wrong. I don't know what track this is. I haven't heard it a lot and I listen to the soundtrack pretty often. I feel like I've heard it in earlier chapters, but I forgot. I feel like I definitely heard this before. Hello, Skip. Welcome in. Also, hello, Laika. And hello, Flea Flicker. Hi, hi. Hope you're all doing good today. They could just kill you. There's like 4 of them. They did talk about that, actually. Her expressions can get so crazy. She is crazy, so it all makes sense. She's onto them. Is she, though? Is she? She's just, I don't know, saying a bunch of horse shit. I don't think we know Rosa wants the money. What Rosa wants the money for, unlike the siblings. True, I don't think we know why she wants it, but we do know that she does want it. I'm guessing that maybe she has, I don't know, what's a better reason than your company going under? I don't know, your whole livelihood. Also, hello, Tompura. And hello, Ayo. This is System 0. Okay. Also, hello, Krungo. They all want it. Yeah, they do. She definitely needs it, for whatever reason. She co-signed a huge loan and is on the hook for it. True, I do remember them mentioning something like that. True. Thank you. I actually did forget that. She wants to give it all to Maria. She should give it to me! Send me to that island ASAP. I will solve the riddle, don't worry about it. He wants the money to buy a new daughter. That's fucked up. There's nothing wrong with Maria. She's perfect. Rosa-sama, we couldn't have. Be silent. And Shannon, don't get any closer. To think you'd repay your 10-year-long debt of gratitude with betrayal. I'll pull the trigger without mercy. You're gonna have to shoot Joji too at that point, because like he's gonna kill you if you do something to Shannon. How could you? It's too cruel.
Rosa-oba-san!
Aunt Rosa! That's horrible! A murder occurred in this room. And then the culprit carried the corpses away. All they're doing is honestly reporting what they saw. Isn't there like a bunch of blood around too? Like how does she explain that? No amount of money can fix Maria. Yeah, because she's perfect? There's nothing wrong with Maria is a crazy statement. No! It's not crazy! I like how the Ushiromiya siblings all believe that the servants owe something to them. I wonder why that is. I know that it's because they were like brought up in the Fukuin house and like their education or what, but like it doesn't sound like they had the best life, honestly. Elitist worldview, they do. Give it to Goda. I don't know about that. I don't know. Maria she's a little bit weird, and she definitely needs like therapy for the trauma, you know, basically beat into her by her mother. But aside from that, there's nothing really wrong with her, in my opinion. She's a little weird, but you know, who isn't? Someone hug her! Shannon had finally broken down in tears. She had sacrificed 10 years to the Ushiromiya family. She had sacrificed 10 of the most brilliant years of her life. She believed that she'd built up a friendly relationship with Rosa. And this was what she got in return. You can kill a person without using a knife. It didn't have to be Joji Aniki. She realized that Chanan-chan had been stabbed deep in the heart, that she was shedding tears like blood.
Shannon-san, 下がって。ローザ様、確かにこのゴーダはお勤めして日も浅く、信用を勝ち得ていないのはわかります。
Shannon-san, stay back. Rosa-sama, it is true that I, Goda, have not served for many years, and I understand that I have not earned your trust.
しかし、せめてシャノンさんだけでも
Oh my god, he's actually nice! I actually do like him. However, could you not believe in Shannon-san at least?
彼女は10年間も後ろ宮家に奉仕を捧げてまいりました。
She has sacrificed a full 10 years in service to the Ushiromiya family.
このゴーダを信じろとは申しません。
I'm not telling you to believe me.
せめてシャノンさんだけでも信じてやっていただくわけには参りませんか。
At the very least, can't you believe in Shannon-san? Why did I say that? Why did I say it that weird? Hello, Grak. Welcome in. Just needs a better situation and a little help. True. Yeah, you're right. This is not the optimal setting to be your best self. So, you know, it's gonna be a little hard on everyone. He always says, I, Goda. He's very proud, and you can always hear it in the way that he talks too. Hello, Flufo. Welcome in. Thank you so much for the 6 months. Hope you're doing good today. But even I don't understand anymore. I don't understand. We can't search for an answer without suspecting them. Yeah, bit by bit, I'm starting to understand. It's because we've been searching an answer. That's why everything keeps going wrong. We don't need an answer. These are all strange murders committed with bizarre magic by the 19th person, the witch Beatrice, in accordance with some creepy ceremony. Isn't that enough? I don't want to suspect anyone anymore. 4th dimension, Batra would like to have a word with you. Chanan-chan and Goda-san were protesting their innocence, half crying. Genji-san quietly put a stop to that. Enough. What Rosa-sama says is quite sensible. Until we find the corpses, we cannot prove. Dr. Nanjo and Kumasawa's innocence. That's right. By Rosa-san's argument, if their corpses can be found, then the innocence of those people alone can be proven. Isn't that kind of what we're doubting, though? Because, of the whole deal with Beato not mentioning Jeshka's corpse being in the room, so I feel like this is not true. This is not true. There's weird stuff going on. I don't know if this is inherently true. Stuff is so weird and confusing. But that can that only accounted for the corpses. Even if the survivors searched the mansion and found the corpses, in the end, their own innocence would never be proven. Also, I feel like it would make sense if one of the dead people ended up being one of the culprits at least. It makes it so easy for them, you know? They're already in the locked room. They don't have to get out. They can just act dead. It's not like, you know, they weren't gonna inspect every single person in the chapel. They had their stomachs cut wide open. I feel like it's kind of self-explanatory what happened to them, but you wouldn't double check and see if they're really dead, you know? Maybe they're just really good at makeup. Maybe it's all Rudolph, you know, doing stage makeup for all of them. Maybe they're all alive and they're just messing with them. They just want Rosa to shoot everyone. I was gonna say witches don't have schools, but I did enjoy Little Witch Academia. I also liked that one. It was really fun. It's been a while since I watched it. First Dimension Batara also had this sort of willing surrender going on in the back of his head at least. Yeah, he kind of gave up. Hello, Lark. Welcome in. I think she got them anyway. Probably. Didn't know Rudolph was such an artist. It was mentioned that he does his own makeup. What if he's like really into it? The youngest sibling is the butt of the joke again. Oh, wait, did I read that? Hold on, let me go back. They kidnapped Dr. Nanjo and Kumasawa-san, killed them in another place, and locked the closed room with their own master keys. Unless the closed room could be broken by a method other than that one, it would be impossible to prove their innocence. But that couldn't be done. They only have one chance to prove their innocence. It can only happen if they meet with the culprit, become corpses, and are then reunited with Aunt Rosa. Isn't that strange? They're innocent if they die, but guilty as long as they're alive, just like a witch trial. This makes no sense. Alright, the enemy's a witch. The irony. So everything's cool. Is that it? Apparently so. I mean, what? Is she just gonna leave them be and like wander the mansion and look for the corpses? I feel like that's bound to go so wrong. Yeah, they just shout Happy Halloween. It's just a prank. Gonna go to the Mushzee Fest with a friend. Have a good stream, y'all. Hope you have a good time, Fita. Thank you for stopping by. And also, thank you for the 50 stream streak, Lark. Also, I think Nanja can tell if someone is dead. But did he actually look at the corpses in the chapel? I don't remember. I think they brought him there, but I don't know if he actually like looked at their corpses. I feel like it's pretty obvious that they're dead. But he did check on Jeshka. He did? Okay. This woman hates Halloween, true. She does. Rosa-sama, we are furniture in service to the Ushiromiya family. Whether you trust us or not is no business of ours. No matter what assessment you give us, we will merely continue to serve until our final hour. You really are a model servant. I deeply understand why Father trusts you. It really is heartrending that I must suspect even you. It is kind of funny that the guy... I love Genji, okay? But he's definitely been indoctrinated through and through, you know? He's the Ushiromiya ass kisser, kind of, in a way. Not in a bad way, but, you know, it's his job, and he really fulfills that role. He kind of just is super submissive, you know? He takes all the blame for everything. He never fights back. He's Genji. And it's kind of sad. He truly is like furniture at this point. It is very sad. And to think that that is the only servant that she's like, oh yeah, you're a model servant. You have literally no personality. You exist for the sole purpose of this family. That's awesome. guess that makes him a model servant, but that's not a compliment. Genji-san stuck his hand into his pocket and pulled out a master key. Then he set it on a nearby table. I believe I was given this as a sign of the trust placed in me. If that trust has been lost, I think it only natural that I return it. This is so fucked up. He doesn't deserve this. Yeah, he is very sympathetic towards them. He's also very protective. But it's so sad that he... I don't know. He always puts himself second. And, like, he is clearly also getting hurt by this. Like, he has been serving the family for God knows how many years. And to be treated like this is kind of messed up. That's a good decision. Those master keys are the main reason you've been suspected several times today. It may seem elementary that letting go of those might clear away that suspicion. But I don't think it's a bad thing. You too. Genji-san looked at Goda-san and Chanon-chan. The two of them nodded and set their own master keys on the table. Aunt Rosa laid the two master keys that had come out of the envelope on top. With that, all 5 master keys were gathered in this place. In other words, this was proof that all of the servants' service until today had been negated. With even the final honor, they should have been permitted stripped from them.
Maria,
is she gonna put it in Maria's handbag? I don't think that's the real reason you've been suspecting them. I mean, it's definitely part of the reason. Hello, KVC Jazz. Welcome in. If there were no keys, no one would have been murdered. You know, maybe. That may actually be true. Who knows at this point? If only the keys can be used, then, you know, maybe if no keys ever existed, no one would ever get murdered. Keys are so evil. It was 2 keys at first, now it's 5. Yeah, I don't know why they drew 3. That makes no sense, but yeah, I'll just accept it. Maria, give me that handbag. Oh, give it back. Aunt Rosa snatched Maria's handbag, tossed the master keys in there, and held up one of them for all to see. She was showing us that she now had all the master keys. Are you satisfied now, Aunt Rosa? Now you have all the master keys. Doesn't that satisfy you? God, I hate her. Yes, I'm satisfied. Even if I can't trust anyone else, I can at least trust myself. God, what is wrong with her? I've been able to get the gun and all the master keys for myself. Now, I don't have to suspect anyone. You all are happy too, I take it. Now you don't have to be suspected anymore. What was with that laugh? Hello? Isn't that the laugh that only appears when Beato is laughing? This is confusing. Hello, Broken Bee. Welcome in. Why do you get dot waff? I don't know. Why? This is very weird. I don't think we had that in episode 1 happen to anyone. I don't remember. I don't think so. He feels very superior without any older siblings. She does. They say laughter is infectious. I have a feeling I should write this down. And I will. Hold on, I need to... Oh god, I almost closed my Bloodborne notes without saving. Hold on. This is not good. Where are my Umineko notes? Here. Okay. Natsuki did not act like this. She did not. For sure. Ah. At that time, Maria, who alone seemed to be watching this as though it were a show, sneered at her mother. Aunt Rosa reacted nervously to that laugh and turned around.
鍵なんか関係ないよ。
Keys don't have anything to do with this.
ベアトリーチェは魔法で扉を開けられる。
Beatrice can open doors with magic.
鍵なんていらない。
She doesn't need keys.
そんなもの誰が持っていたって持っていなくたって関係ないんだよ。
It doesn't matter who has or doesn't have something like that. I wonder if she's gonna give the bag with all the... Oh wait, no, she took the... No, wait, hold on. She put all the keys in Maria's bag, right? I wonder if she's gonna give the bag back to Maria? Yeah? Tossed the master keys in there. Yeah, she did. Okay. I wasn't sure.
その笑い方をやめなさいっていつも言ってるでしょ。
Don't I always tell you to stop laughing like that? Yes.
なーに、バトラ君。
What is it, Batora-kun? I had just cut in between the two of them. Don't slap her! No, that's not it. I was on my knees and hugging Maria's head. Oh my god! I was crying.
もうよしてくれよローザおばさん
Just stop it already, Aunt Rosa.
マリアが正しかったんだ
Maria was right.
何を言っているの？
What are you talking about?
マリア
Oh man, that sprite is killing me.
疑って
Maria, I'm sorry
悪かった
for doubting.
信じなくて
I'm sorry
悪かった
for not believing.
バトラ、
全部
It was all
魔女の仕業だったんだ
the witch's doing.
魔女の
The witch's
仕業だったんだよ
doing.
トリックとかミスとかどうでもよかったんだ
All that stuff about tricks and closed rooms didn't matter.
ただ
It's just
ベアトリーチェっていう魔女が実在して
that the witch Beatrice actually exists.
本当に魔女だっただけなんだ
And she's really a witch.
それも俺は信じなかったから
And because I didn't believe,
こんなにも苦しくて
it's been so painful
悲しくて
and so sad.
バトラはベアトリーチェを
Man,
信
this
じ
is
てくれる。
actually... My heart is breaking. That's so sad. That actually does hurt really bad. Man, this is so fucked up. This whole situation is so fucked up, man. Oh my god. That was really sweet and also really sad at the same time. I think Maria should speak her truth at any time. It's Rosa's fault for hitting her daughter. You know, Maria shouldn't stop speaking just because she's gonna get hit, you know? We should hit Rosa every time she hits Maria so that she stops hitting Maria, you know? That's what actually should happen. You should smack her across the room. But yeah, I wonder if this will end the game then, if he believes. Or, like, if things will turn out differently. Like, if this is, like, looping, then maybe next time things will be different. Maybe they will go to the Golden Land and maybe we'll, I don't know, maybe we'll spend some time there. This is just me making shit up. I don't know. He's turning to his younger cousin for any comfort. Yeah, like he's first of all protecting her so that she doesn't get hit, and also he's getting comfort from her so that he doesn't have to suspect his own family or servants that are also close to him that he's gotten to like over the little time that he has spent here. It's fucked up. You believe in Beatrice?
ああ信じる
Yes, I believe.
ベアトリーチェはいるんだ
Beatrice exists.
そして不思議な魔法を使う魔女なんだ
And she's a witch who uses strange magic. And he has completely given up. Maria let go of my hand, and then she was the one holding my head.
それでいいんだよ。
That's enough, Batola.
ベアトリーチェはいたの。
Beatrice existed.
バトラがなかなかそれを信じられなかったから見えなかったの。
Existed, past tense, okay? You had so much trouble believing, so you couldn't see her.
魔女はいるの。
Witches exist.
いる。
They exist.
もうすぐ来る。
And will come soon.
バトラはベアトを信じてくれたからきっと黄金鏡へ招かれるよ。
You believed in Beato, so you'll surely be invited to the Golden
も
Land.
うすぐ、
Very soon now.
もうすぐだから。
It will happen very soon.
もう何も怖くない。
So there's nothing to be afraid of anymore.
怖くないよ。
There's no need to be afraid, okay?
マリアと一緒にお手手をつないでずっと一緒にいよ。
Stay with me, hands joined, okay?
一緒に碑文の謎を考えよ。
Let's think about the riddle of the epitaph together.
ベアトの問題を考えよ。
Let's think about Beato's
ベ
puzzle.
アトは最初から言ってるよ。
Beato has been saying it from the beginning.
この問題を解いて遊ぼうとしか言ってないよ。
She hasn't said anything other than let's play and solve this puzzle.
ああ、そうだったんだ。
Man, this whole like interaction between the two of them is so good. This is actually super sweet and also super sad at the same time, but like I feel like my heart needed this after seeing Rosa be such an ass. Oh, this was really sweet. This healed my heart, I think. Rosa was so awful she made Batra believe in magic. She sucks so bad. I start believing in magic. It's crazy. Yeah, that was super sweet. I wonder if they'll actually try to solve it and if they'll be successful. I haven't really given it too much thought because I feel like I lack all the information to solve it, but I don't know. Maybe we'll get new information.
犯人探しなんて全くの時間の無駄だったんだ。
Right, she did. Searching for the culprit was just a waste of time.
俺たちは
If only we had
ただ魔女を
just believed in
信じればよかったんだ。
the witch. After gently brushing my cheek as my tears kept dripping down, Maria kissed my forehead, as soft as a feather. For just that instant, Maria's smile, which had once seemed creepy to me, looked like that of an angel. She is an angel! Oh, I love
マ
her.
スターキーはお返ししましたが、私どもの後宮家への忠誠は変わりません。
We have returned the master keys, but our loyalty to the Ushiromiya family will not change.
客前は以後、お許しがない限り立ち入りません。
From now on, we will not enter the parlor without permission.
どうかローザ様も客間を内側より施錠なさってください。
Rosa-sama, please lock the parlor from the inside.
本当に殊勝な人ね。
Isn't that how they died last time? The remaining servants. That's kind of what happened last time too. And I think it was 3 of them as well. So you truly are an admirable
台
person.
風が過ぎ去ってこの島に再びウミネコの鳴き声が戻ってきたなら
When the typhoon passes, if the cries of the seagulls return to this island again,
私たちは再び互いを信頼し合えるのかし
I wonder if we'll be able to trust each other once more. I don't know. I don't really care about you, Rosa.
もし再びの信頼を賜えるの
Genji, please have more self-respect. I get it, but also no. You deserve so much better than this. If you were to grant us your trust once again, there could be no greater pleasure.
らそうね
I see.
私たちは必ず分かり合えるわ
We'll definitely be able to understand each other.
ウミネコの鳴く頃に
When the seagulls cry, not the title drop.
この部屋は警察が来るまでこのままにした方が良いでしょう。
It would probably be best if we left this room as it is until the police come.
ローザ様、施錠をお願いいたします。
Rosa-sama, if you would please lock it.
私たちは厨房へ戻ります。
We will return to the kitchen.
何かございましたらいつでもご用命ください。
If you need anything, please command us at any time.
ありがとう
I wonder if they turned off the soup. Yeah, she dropped the whole title. Thank you.
あなたが狼だったなら
If you are a wolf,
なんてシャーシャーとのたまうのか
how shamelessly you speak.
そしてあなたが羊だったなら
And if you are a sheep,
あなたを狼の檻に放り出してごめんなさい
then I'm sorry for throwing you into the cage of wolves.
家具は家に運命を委ねます。
Furniture entrusts its fate to the family.
命を落とすことになろうとも。
If I could
それ
regain
に
your
よって
trust
ローザ様の信頼を再び勝ち取れるならば、
by giving up this life of mine,
それはとても光栄なことです。
I would consider it a great honor. Genji, please.
できることならばあなたたちが台風が過ぎ去るまで元気でいることを願っています
I hope you all manage to remain safe until the typhoon passes, if such a thing is possible.
これはすべて台風が奏でる暴風と降雨の競争曲
This is all a rhapsody of blowing winds and pouring rain performed by the typhoon.
演奏が終われば幕が下り
When the performance ends and the curtain closes,
私たちは再び手を取り合えるに違いない
we will surely be able to grasp hands together again.
海猫の鳴く頃に
Man, she does it twice even when the seagulls cry. And again, there was like the mention of like curtains closing and whatnot. The stage theme is going crazy. And also she's title dropping twice. It's funny how the seagulls crying is a promise compared to Higurashi yelling in your ear. True. It makes it, I don't know, I guess it makes it very special if you do get to hear them, you know? The best that Rosa can muster is, oh, well, my bad. Yeah, oh my god, I hate her. It's when will they start crying versus stop? It's neat. Okay, alright then. Sounds an awful lot like the Golden Land. I suppose so, yeah. Aunt Rosa nodded in response. Genji-san turned on his heels? He left the servant room. Goda-san's face was still streaked with tears, but maybe he'd managed to sort out his feelings as he listened to Genji-san's words. His face had been truly shameful. But it had returned to the face of the Goda-san we all knew well.
私も厨房に控えております。
I would not have this level of composure. I do dislike Rosa more than Kinzo. As of right now, I actually do. I don't know that much about Kinzo and what he has done except for hit his children, but like Rosa is doing it too, and like she's doing things that are kind of horrible right now. I don't know. And so far, I only have assumptions on what Kinzo did or didn't do, you know? So I can only dislike Rosa more because I know I can see her bad deeds right in front of me. But also, I'm really surprised at the level of composure the servants have. I would have taken the gun from her, shot her, hopefully, if she doesn't shoot me first. I really hate that character right now. I do not like her.
何かございましたらいつでもご用命ください。
I will also be waiting in the kitchen. If you need anything, please command me at any time.
温かい食事をお望みでしたらいつでもこのゴーダ最高のお料理を用意させていただきます。
If you wish for some warm food, I, Goda, will have the very best prepared for you.
ありがとう
Thank you.
あなたには明日の朝食を頼みたいわ
I can't wait for your breakfast tomorrow.
明日の昼前には船も来るでしょう
And the boat will probably come by midday tomorrow.
今までありがとう
Thanks for everything up until now.
六軒島で唯一の楽しみがあなたの食事だったわ
Your cooking was my only pleasure on Rokenjima. Wow. Not your family, nothing? The cooking? Okay.
かしこまりました。このゴーダ最高の朝食を用意いたします。どうか明日の朝を楽しみにしてください。
Certainly. I, Goda, will prepare a supreme breakfast. Please look forward to tomorrow morning. Harsh. I don't think I'm supposed to hate her this much, but as of right now, I really don't like her. I don't think I'm supposed to hate her as much as I do, though. I think she isn't supposed to come off as that bad, but I really dislike how she's treating the servants in particular. I know that Natsuhi was also really rude to them in the end, but like, I feel like she handled it way better and she was actually apologetic while she was kicking them out, but Rosa just seems so unapologetic and she doesn't seem to care about their feelings, anything. I know the situation is severe and acting like a decent human being is kind of hard, but like, you can surely do better than Rosa is doing right now. I don't know. I hate when rich, wealthy people treat servants like this in any type of media, so I have a very particular hate for her right now. Get the gun quickly, solves a lot of problems. True, true. Not her daughter either. Yeah, just the cooking. It is really messed up. I don't think there's a limit to hating Rosa. She beats her kid. I mean, yeah. It's pretty bad, but you know, so does Kinzo. We know that he beat his children, which is probably also partially where she gets it from. So you can't just 100% blame her. I'm sure that Kinzo's awful parenting also contributed to her being this way with her own child. So while she is shit, I think the whole hitting her child thing is not entirely because of her being a bad person, but also because of trauma. Probably.
ありがとう。シャノンちゃんも明日の朝に美味しいコーヒーを飲みながら仲直りをしましょう。
Thank you. And Shannon-chan, tomorrow morning, let's make up and have some delicious coffee. Easy for you to say.
ジョージ君。
僕も彼らと一緒に行く。
I'm going with them.
いいんです、ジョージ様。
It's alright, Joji-sama.
どうか客間にお戻りになってください。
Please return to the parlor.
もうマスターキーは他にありません。
There are no more master keys.
だからローザ様とご一緒に客間にいれば誰にも脅かされません。
So, if you're with Rosa-sama in the parlor, you won't be threatened by anyone.
そうね。そういうことになってる。
You're right. That's how things have sorted themselves out, isn't it?
客間に私と一緒にいるのが客観的に考えて一番安全だと思うわ。
Objectively speaking, I'd say you'll be safest staying with me in the parlor.
でも無理に一緒にいろとは言わない。
But I wouldn't force you to stay with us.
ジョージ君はジョージ君の安全だと思う場所にいればいい。
Joji-kun, you may stay in any place you feel safe.
ジョージ君ももう大人だものね。
You're already an adult.
明日の朝までどこで誰と過ごそうと自由だもの。
It's up to you where and with whom you spend the time until tomorrow morning. Also, what is up with Kinzo? Is he even still alive? I don't think they ever checked on him after they initially went up to see him.
そうさ。
What if he's already dead and they don't know? That'd be a hoot.
僕誰と夜を過ごすか決める。
Yes, I will decide with whom I'll spend this night.
兄貴。
He's kind of cool right now.
バトラ君はローザおばさんと客間にいるんだ。
Batara-kun, stay with Aunt Rosa in the
き
parlor.
っとそれが一番安全なんだ。
I'm sure you'll be safest there.
客間の外はそれに比べたら安全ではないと思う。
Everywhere outside the parlor is dangerous in comparison. It would be kind of funny if they all just left Rosa alone in the room, in the parlor, and then she died by herself. Oh, that would really be so funny. I actually would like that very much. Just, you know, to see everyone's reaction. Not since that butterfly snuck onto Rosa's shoulder or back, true. He's so dead. Watching this whole scene with binoculars, he can see through the floors even. Hello, Incanny. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you. Maria wouldn't abandon her. I feel like she would. It's more so the question of would Rosa let Maria choose where to stay? I doubt it.
なら、そんな場所にいる彼女を僕は一人にしておけない。
So I can't leave her in a place like that alone.
俺は決してシャノンちゃんや他の使用人を
It's not like I suspect Chanan-chan and the other
い
servants.
や誰かを疑ってるわけじゃないんだ
Or anyone at all.
誰も疑いたくないんだ
I don't want to suspect anyone.
遺産
The inheritance?
黄金
The gold?
そんなのくだらねえじゃねえかよ
That's all nothing.
そんなので殺し合いなんてあるわけねえじゃねえかよ
There's no way people are killing each other over things like that.
バトラ君の心が美しいことは僕が一番知っている。
Yes, I know better than anyone how pure your heart is, Batara-kun.
誰も君を責めない。
No one will blame you.
誰も
No one.
兄貴
大丈夫。
It's alright.
バトラはマリアが守る。
I'll protect you, Batara.
マリアと一緒ならベアトリーチェでも手出しできない。
If you're with me, even Beatrice won't be able to lay a hand on you.
だってマリアはちっちゃくても魔女だもの。
I may be small, but I'm still a witch. I kind of want to see Maria whip out some crazy magic power. That'd be so cool. Even if Kinzo is dead, his parenting lives on, unfortunately. Hello, Taylor. Welcome in.
マリアちゃん、
Yes,
バ
Maria-chan.
トラ君をよろしく。
I'm leaving Batara in your care.
さあ、シャノン、
Alright, Chanan.
行こ
Let's go.
はいローザ様それでは失礼させていただきます
Yes, Rosa-sama, if you would excuse me.
ご用命がございましたらいつでもお呼びつけください
If you have an order, please call me at any time.
さっきはひどいことを言ってごめんなさいね
I'm sorry for saying something so cruel just now.
明日の朝まで許さなくてもいい
I don't expect you to forgive me until tomorrow morning, if that day ever comes for you.
明日の朝になったらもう一度謝らせて
But when tomorrow morning comes, let me apologize again. Will you be able to? I wonder.
はい
Yes,
ありがとうございます
thank you very much. At least she did apologize. Joji Aniki and Shanan-chan left the servant room together. Now only Maria, Aunt Rosa, and I were left in this disgusting blood-stained room. Until Genji-san disappeared, until Goda-san disappeared, until Joji Aniki and Shanan-chan disappeared, we stood there, shocked. After their presence and their footsteps had completely disappeared, Aunt Rosa giggled as though she just remembered something pleasant.
何も信用できないわよ
Oh my god. How could you? Oh my god. How could you make her even more unlikable? I was gonna be like, okay, maybe she's like partially forgiven, and then she fucking whips out this one. I can't. What do I even? Hello, next Sony, welcome in. Let us find words to forgive each other when the seagulls cry. She should have said that again. Oh my god. I kind of love how evil she's being. No, this is the type of evil that I hate. I don't know. No, I don't like her. I'm sorry. I really dislike her. Hello, Lyrian. Welcome in. Hope you're doing good today. Okay, I need to work through my hatred and my anger right now. There's gonna be an ad break. So I'm gonna be back in 3 minutes, and I will get through this without having a crash out over this woman. I'll be right back. Hello, I am back. It is so warm in this room. Oh my god. I have calmed down. I went to go pet my dog, and now I feel rejuvenated. I am impressed with her lying and how evil she's being, but also sometimes thoughts should stay in your head, especially if you're only being a mean bitch. So I think maybe she should stop talking for a little bit and just keep the the mean thoughts to herself a little bit. You know, maybe just stop talking, Rosa. Dog time is healing. It is. I wish my dog was here with me, but she's not. It is also way too hot in this room to let her be in here, honestly. Yeah. Welcome back to you guys as well. You can't trust them for a moment. That damn furniture. How could that sentence have gotten so much worse? That one sentence made me choke. Why are you saying something like that? He's gonna beat her up. There are 5 master keys in all. Who would believe that? It's obvious that some duplicate keys exist. As if we could trust them because they pulled keys out of their pockets. You don't mean that, right? But by setting down those keys, they weren't just letting go of them. You've made all their hard work count for nothing, disgraced it, trampled it. And in the end, you made them give up their keys. What's with that parting line? They've shown that they're willing to go this far and you still can't trust them? Too much, that's just too much. It's a devil's proof. There are 5 master keys in all? It's impossible to prove something like that. You can show that there are 5 master keys by placing them here. But you can't prove that no more than 5 exist. Only a demon or a witch could prove something like that, right? He's so evil and cruel! She has so many mean thoughts about Maria. She needs to be let loose. Some need to be let loose. No, maybe not. Nobody asked her what she was doing after all the sibling money discussion. I guess not. This is actually so awful. Like, Batara's at his wit's end, you know? He's emotionally so drained over, like, suspecting people and all that stuff. And he thought, okay, finally, they've made up. Everything is fine. Everything is okay. And now she's pulling this one out. I don't know what's wrong with her. Man, even 4th dimension Batara is really going through it. I'm so sorry, Batara. Stop it already. Stop it already. Please, Beatrice, show yourself right now. And tell Aunt Rosa and Red that there's only 5 master keys. Please, I'm begging you. This can only be proved by devils, by a witch like you. Please, Beato, show yourself here and tell Rosa that those are all master keys. And that there's no need to suspect anyone anymore. Oh, thank you. Well, it's too bad that Rosa can't hear her say that, huh? And that she doesn't understand what red text means. Oh, man. Remember when Batara thought she was his cool Aunt Rosa? Poor guy. Yeah, she's getting more evil and cruel by the second. Thanks to this dimension, we can get Batara losing twice at once. Oh, you can see him suffering twice. No, this is messed up. I feel really bad for him. There are only 5 master keys. There are only 5 master keys. How's that? No matter how often I say it, it won't reach Rosa's ears. After all, it seems there's still someone who denies that I exist, right? I accepted. I accepted. You exist. You exist. You definitely exist. So I'm begging you, stop this already. Stop it already. Stop it already. Poor guy. Words alone are not enough. Show it with your actions. Swear from your heart that you will become my furniture. Can you do it? Take off your clothes, be naked, then put your hands on the ground and crawl. Clothing is proof of one's humanity. From now on, you will become furniture, so it's only natural that you will lose that right. That's a statement for sure. Okay. He folded so fast. I mean, he's really going through it right now, you know? He's a very emotional person. And he doesn't want to suspect anyone here, so I actually do feel so bad for him. Like, yeah, he folded fast, but like, he's been going through this for 2 episodes? He's seeing his family and his friends get suspected and be treated like shit by his own family member. It's all just so bad. It's all useless. Get out of the way. Then kneel. Make your tongue crawl on my shoes. Can you do it? You can do it, right? When you do, I'll appear and say it in red. I'll tell Rosa that there are only 5 master keys. I have to screenshot it. Hold on, give me a moment. Torment Nexus, yeah. Oh, but of course, you'll never abandon that lordly pride of yours. But you've done well. You've done more than enough. And you're starting to get that tingly feeling, aren't you? For just an instant, you thought maybe licking my shoes wouldn't be so bad, didn't you? She's really funny. And you immediately denied that and felt ashamed, right? Just looking at your expression feels just heavenly. Oh, I feel so bad for Batara, but she's actually so funny. I don't know what it is about her being so evil and cruel that makes it funny. That face of yours is so pathetic, so go look in the mirror. You'll see how low you are, naked and licking my shoes, right? It gets longer every time. Can you see it? And then just replay the voice line in your head again. Ryukishi has good humor. That's really funny. Damn. A lot of hours passed. How did she read my mind? Read Truth List and it's just there are 5 master keys 50 times. True. You're incompetent, can't forget that banger. I mean, she's right, you know? When she's right, she's right. I wish Patara had lasted long since he talked so big, but I guess that just speaks to who he is. I mean, yeah. He's a very kind person at heart, so, you know, it makes sense. He just wants this to end. He just wants everyone to be happy, and, I don't know, I guess he thought he could, deny her existence and get them out of this that way. But, I guess he doesn't really see any other choice anymore, which is so sad. I feel really bad for him. But at the same time, it is also really funny to see her torture him. Both things can be true at the same time. She can be really funny and it can also be really sad at the same time. Maybe this chapter was just a gas leak. Maybe. Who knows? Hello, Derek. Welcome in. Hope you're doing good today. I wonder if he'll actually do it. I don't know. I can't see him getting naked and licking her shoes. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. I can't believe it. Are you saying that's the truth?
はい。私たちは見たままのことをお話ししています。
Yes, we've told you everything as we saw it. Joji folded his arms and started mumbling again, and the kitchen was once again wrapped in a long silence.
ジョージ様がにわかには信じられない気持ちも私はよくわかります。
Joji-sama, I'm fully aware how hard it must be for you to believe all that so suddenly.
何しろこの目で確かに見たはずの私ですらあれが何だったのかわからなくなる。
After all, even though I saw it with my own eyes, I grow less and less sure what it was I actually saw.
私は確かに見た。
I'm sure I saw it.
そして取っ組み合いまでしたはずなんです。
And I'm sure I got into a fight too.
なのにあれが全部幻だったような気すらする。
And yet, I almost feel like it was all an illusion. They keep saying that, huh? They keep saying like, oh, if I... Like, they keep saying like, oh, it feels like a dream. It feels like it didn't happen. And like, even when Shannon and Kanon got the tattoos, and like, I think Kanon lost the tattoo or something, he was like, oh, it feels like a dream. And then he seemed like he didn't remember it anymore. This is so weird. I feel like that can't be a coincidence. It gets repeated so often. Thank you for the posture check. More gas leak evidence. I wonder what it is. I wonder if it's just like the nature of it being so supernatural that they can't believe it and they think it must be an illusion or a dream or they must be hallucinating or something. Or if they actually are. I'm gonna write it down. I don't think I have written it down yet. I wonder if that's also the reason why Rosa didn't mention meeting Beato in the chapel and like the whole family in the chapel. I still don't know what that scene means. It has not come up ever since, and I wonder what's up with that. They had a whole family meeting and they were like, yep, she's a witch, all right. So that's like also why I can't trust Rosa as a person, because she hasn't mentioned that at all, and she also hasn't read the letter out loud in front of everyone that she got from Beato in the first place. So I don't know, there's a lot of things that haven't been mentioned again. Maybe she doesn't remember. I'm thinking maybe that's true. Maybe she doesn't remember. But it feels so weird. The burns were so they didn't think it was a dream. Yeah, exactly. But then the burns disappeared, and then it seemed like it did seem like a dream for them, or like for Kanon at the very least. He mentioned something like that. Like as soon as the burn disappeared, he was like, oh, it's starting to feel like a dream. Anyway.
なるほどね。
I see.
あのローザおばさんに詳しく話せないわけだ。
So that's why you couldn't go into the details in front of Aunt Rosa.
今の話を本当にしてたら、もっと面倒なトラブルになっていただろうね。
If you actually told her what you've just told me, you'd probably be in even more trouble.
なるほど。源氏さんが随分冷静な対応をしていたのが分かりました。
Yeah, Genji-san really did handle that one composedly, didn't he?
私にそれを説明するだけの力があればよかったのですが。
If only I had the power to explain it myself. Joji had not actually seen it, and even when he pressed to believe, he just couldn't imagine it. It was only natural, because even the people who had actually seen it had given up asking themselves what it was.
話を少し巻き戻すよ。
I mean, it seems like Shana and Genji knew a little bit about it, given the fact that Shanon literally went to the basement and got a little handkerchief with a spiderweb on it.
シャノンはカノン君が偽物かもしれないと思った時、クモの巣を取ってきたと言ったね。
Let's rewind the story a bit. Shanon, you said that when you thought Kanon-kun was an imposter, you picked up some spiderwebs and came back, right?
どうしてそんなことを？
Why did you do that?
そうだ。それは私も
Yeah,
思っていま
why?
した。
That's right. I was thinking about that as well.
どうしてクモの巣だったんです？
Why spiderwebs?
前に熊沢さんに聞いたことがあるんです。
I happened to hear it from Kumasawa-san once.
大昔の六軒島には悪霊が住んでいて、その熊の巣を恐れたって。
A long time ago, evil spirits lived on Rokenjima, and they, feared spiderwebs.
それで熊の巣を魔除けと尊んで大切にしたという昔話があるんだそうです。
And they say there's a legend that people treasured spiderwebs as amulets.
それでその土佐に
And, right at that moment,
私も少し混乱していたんだと思います。
I think I was also a bit confused.
そんな話が。
That's convenient. Old story, huh? I don't know. I feel like that can't be the only reason she knows about it. She was like, oh, it's your natural enemy. That seemed like a little bit more than just a story that she heard sometime from Kumasawa. That is very weird. She didn't seem confused. No, she didn't seem confused to me either. That's really weird. I don't know.
熊沢はそういう昔話に詳しかったな。
When it comes to those old stories, Kumasawa was very knowledgeable.
クモは液中ですからね。
I don't know if I believe that. Do you think Kinzo's magic-proof door has spiderwebs lining it? I mean, it would make it more safe, but, you know, by the time that people hold the doorknob and, like, turn it and stuff, I feel like it would be gone. Yeah, it has the scorpion charms. You doubt Kumasawa's knowledge. I mean, I'm not doubting that it's not like a story that Kumasawa has told, but the way that Shanon worded it in the moment, like natural enemy, like the words that she used specifically, it made it seem like she knows more about it than just that old story.
確かにそういう信仰があってもおかしくないかもしれない。
Well, spiders are very useful bugs after all. Yes, it wouldn't be at all strange for a belief system like that to come into being.
きっと
I'm sure
その悪霊の力をあの鳥居の祠が封じ込めてたんだと思います。
that the Torii shrine was suppressing the power of those evil spirits.
そして霊境が割られたのでその力が蘇って
And because the spirit mirror was broken, that power came back.
ベアトリーチェ様を蘇らせる力となってしまったに違いないのです。
That power must be what allowed Beatrice-sama to revive.
私が
If I,
心の弱かった私が
weak-hearted as I am,
あんな大それたことをしなければ
hadn't done such an outrageous thing. No, it's not your fault. It's okay.
シャノン、その話はもうしなくても大丈夫だよ。
Shannon, you don't have to worry about that anymore.
僕は君を責めたりなんかしない。
I don't blame you for it. I wonder if she told them about it. Seems like a weird thing to mention, you know? To be like, yay, I broke a mirror because Beato appeared in front of me so that I could be with you, Joji. Seems kind of weird to mention that now, maybe. This doesn't seem like Shannon defying Beato like she'd promised. I mean, it's kind of an extraordinary situation, you know? Someone who's like a brother to her just died, so it's kind of sad. Since long ago, Shannon had often suggested that there was some kind of occult cause for her meeting with Joji. After listening to her, Joji had grown to think that she was being a typical girl, associating love with fate, chances, and miracles. He did think that smashing the spirit mirror offered at the Tori shrine was taking it a bit far, but he laughed it off and forgiven her, thinking of it as just a prank that showed how serious she was about her relationship with him. Just breaking a mirror in some musty shrine wouldn't have changed the fate of our meeting, and it would never cause any curse. He tried to cheer her up, saying it was only a musty mirror covered in dust.
ベアトリーチェ様という霊のような存在がいるという
I'm
話は
surprised she told him
この
about
島に
it.
勤めるようになってからたくさんの同僚に聞かされました。
But also, I'm feeling really proud of her for mentioning it to him, you know? It's Georgie's fault. No. I don't know, Shannon, simply don't lose your parents so you get sent to the weird servant orphanage and end up here. Yeah. Seems like a fundamental issue that she has. Not! They're all fucked up. Their fiancés. It sounds like she told him about it a long time ago, so I'm proud of her for coming out with it that early. Ever since I started working on this island, I've heard the story of a spirit called Beatrice-sama from several co-workers.
最初はバカバカしいと思っていましたが、
In the beginning, I thought it was ridiculous.
それを批判するとなんだか不謹慎そうな空気があったもので、
But since it would appear indiscreet to say anything out loud,
私も表向きは信じているように振る舞ってきました。
outwardly, I conducted myself as though I also believed it.
しかしまさか本当に
But could it really...
いたんです。
She existed.
ベアトリーチェ様はずっとこのお屋敷におられたんです。
Beatrice-sama was in this mansion all along.
でもベアトリーチェ様は力を失っておられて、私たちの前に姿を現すことができなかったんです。
But she lost her powers and wasn't able to appear before us.
ずっといた。
She did exist all this time.
私たちが見えなかっただけなんです。
It's just that we couldn't see her.
源氏さんの意見を聞きたいです。
I'd like to hear Genji-san's opinion.
私には何も意見はありません。
I have no opinion.
一つだけ申し上げたいのは、私たちはあの時ここに5人いた。
All I want to say is that at that time there were 5 of us in this room.
そしてカノンが勝手口から帰ってきたと思った。
Then I thought that Kanon had returned through the back door.
そして使用人室に運び、
After that, we carried him to the servant room.
何かが起こって南條先生と熊沢が帰らぬ人となってしまった。
Something happened, and now Dr. Nanjo and Kumasawa will never come back to us.
それだけです。
That is all. I feel like that's leaving out a lot of information. Something happened is very ominous and very vague. On purpose, I'm sure. She was saying she didn't want Bato's charms anymore and for their love to stand on its own merits. I believe she told him. That is true. That makes sense.
私たちは見たものをすでに全て説明しました。
That is all. We have already explained everything we saw.
それを見ていないジョージ様に信じろというのはとても無理な話だと理解しています。
I understand how unreasonable it would be to try and force belief from one who didn't witness those events, such as yourself.
信じられるわけがない。
How could he believe it?
あれは間違いなくカノンさんだと思った。
I was sure it was Kanon-san.
でもあいつがベッドから起き上がって、
But it got up from the bed.
そう、
And that's right.
こんな風にしながら
Ah,
胸の傷をまさぐり始めた時、
don't remind me. And that's right. When it started to grope around that wound in its chest in that manner,
こいつはカノンさんじゃない、誰か別の存在なんだと直感しました。
I felt sure that it wasn't Kanon-san, but something else. I don't like that description of it. I really dislike that.
ジョージ様にはわ
Makes
か
me
ら
feel
ないでしょ
icky. I doubt you'll be able to understand, Joji-sama.
よく知っていると思っていた人物が実は別人であることをさらけ出した瞬間の恐ろしさというものは、
The terror of that moment when the person I thought I knew well exposed that it was in fact someone else entirely.
説明できない。
I can't explain.
とても説明できるわけがない。
I can't explain it at all. Surely this isn't foreshadowing to this happening again, possibly.
わかるよ。
I understand.
ゴーダさんがそれほどまでにショックを受けるどんな恐ろしいことがあったのか、僕は察するよ。
I can tell that whatever happened, it was terrifying enough to give you such a shock.
ありがとうございます、
Thank you very much,
ジョージ様。
Joji-sama. And they all fell silent again. Shannon kept crying no matter how many times she was consoled, thinking that listening to the witch's sweet whispers and breaking the spirit mirror on that day had been the mistake that ruined everything.
君に囁いたという魔女はその鏡があると力を失うんだね。
The witch who whispered these things to you loses her powers if that mirror exists, right?
少し説明してくれた気がしますが、よく覚えていません。
I think she explained it to me a little, but I don't really remember.
あの鏡があると力が出せないというようなことを言っていたと思います。
I think she said something about how she couldn't release her power as long as that mirror existed.
君が割ったというその鏡はどうしたの？
What happened to this mirror that you broke?
覚えていません。
I don't remember.
多分割ったまま立ち去りましたから、そのままそこに残ってたでしょう。
I left it behind when I broke it, so it's probably just how I left it.
ということは岩礁が雷で打たれて消えたとかいう時に海の底か。
I think it's already happened with Rosa in a sense for Batara at least. Yeah. I was thinking the same thing. She kind of turned out to be someone entirely different. You think you know someone and then they turn out to be cruel and heartless? Oh boy. So when, as they say, the reef was struck by lightning and disappeared, it must have sank to the bottom of the ocean.
まあ拾って接着剤で貼り付けたところでご利益は戻らないだろうけどね。
Well, I doubt picking it up and taping it together would make it start working again. I mean, it's worth a try, honestly.
私は本当になんてことを。
What have I done?
ごめん、
Sorry.
失言したよ。
I shouldn't have said that. It's okay. What is this background? Are these like pipes? I have no idea what I'm looking at. He didn't know if Shannon breaking the mirror really had started all of this off. Though the servants didn't blame Shannon, they all seemed to believe that her actions had been the root cause. But even now, Joji wasn't able to go that far. All this talk about witches and evil spirits just sounded fake to him, even though he was trying to be open-minded. Even so, he listened seriously to Shannon's story, trying to find a hint that might relieve at least a little of the pain in her heart. The shrine? Oh,
そういえば
did not look
そ
like
の
a shrine
鳥
to
居にあ
me.
ったものとは違うでしょうが、
I mean, it makes sense, though. Time to go for a swim in the storm, yep. Just search in the wide, wide ocean, and I'm sure you can find it. come to think of it, though it's surely different from the one in the Torii.
奥様がお守りとして霊鏡をお持ちになっていると聞いたことがあります。
I have heard that Madam keeps a spirit mirror as a charm.
え
Really?
夏日おばさんが
Aunt Natsuhi?
はい。
Yes.
おじい様の形見分けか何かでもらったものだそうで、とても強い魔除けの力を持つ由緒正しい。
True. That was mentioned. Good morning, Rebel. Welcome in. Yes, I believe she received it as a memento from her grandfather or something, and that it functioned as a powerful ward against magic.
霊鏡だとかなんとか。
A spirit mirror of high pedigree, I think.
同じ話は私も聞いたことがある。
I have also heard the same story.
鏡は良くないものを反射して弾き返す力があるのだとか。
Something about the mirror having the power to reflect that which is not good and send it back. It's kind of interesting to think that Natsuhi had 2 charms on the night that she was attacked in episode 1. Because I think she had the little mirror charm in her dresser or something like that. Or in her bedside table. And then she also had the little charm that Jeshka gave her that she got from Maria. She was double protected. I wonder if she could have gotten killed if she didn't have the charm directly on her, but like next to her or something. Probably. So probably didn't do her any good, but you know, nice to have anyway. Time to go to the
その霊鏡があれ
chapel.
ば魔女のベアトリーチェに対抗できるかな。
Or to her room, maybe? Probably in her room. If we had that spirit mirror, could we resist Beatrice since she's a witch? Huh? When Joji proposed this, the servants looked up.
祀っていた鳥居と祠はもうないかもしれないけれど、霊鏡がもう一枚あるのは重要なことだよ。
The shrine and the torii where it was kept are gone now, but the important thing is that there's still another spirit mirror.
夏日おばさんの実家は神職にも通じていると聞いたことがある。
I've heard that Aunt Natsuhi's family is descended from Shinto priests.
それは本当に単なる鏡ではないかもしれない。
Maybe that isn't just a simple mirror.
確か奥様は宝物箱に入れて大事にしまっているとおっしゃっていたような気がします。
I'm sure I've heard Madame say she keeps it in a treasure box.
そんなに大きいものではないのかもしれません。
It might not be very large. Will they be able to enter her room, I wonder?
大きさの問題ではなかったと思います。
They don't have a key anymore, so I don't think size is a problem.
私が割った鏡も一見大したことのない小さな鏡に見えました。
Even the mirror I broke was just a small, insignificant looking thing.
相手がオカルトなら、こちらもオカルトの手段で対抗するしかない。
If our opponent is a cult, then we'll have to use the occult to fight back.
ただこうして座っていても何も解決しない。
Sitting around here won't solve anything.
単なる気休めだとしても、やってみる価値はあるよ。
It's worth trying, if only for some peace of mind. Of course, this didn't mean Joji had accepted the witch. However, he thought it'd be necessary to have some kind of purification ceremony to heal the wounds in Shannon's heart. So this story about Natsuhi's spirit mirror was really convenient. And he's actually really kind.
行こう。
He's a little weird. And I don't approve of their relationship still, but you know, he's actually kind of cool. Is Natsuhi a furude? I was thinking the same thing. It's just like Rika's family. Just make a really big mirror, that'll work. Just turn her portrait into a mirror. Maybe you have to break the portrait. Maybe that's what's, you know, making her even more powerful. This guitar is making it sound very Death Note-y. Oh, I haven't watched Death Note in so long. I don't think I ever finished it. Let's just say something happened in the show that kind of made me very sad, and then I didn't continue watching it. I don't want to say it because I don't want to spoil anyone, even though Death Note is very old. So, still, I don't know. I don't want to spoil anyone still.
魔女をやっつけようなんて大それたことは言わないよ。
Let's go. I won't say anything crazy like, let's go get it and finish off the
で
witch.
も魔女から身を守る魔除けがあってもいいと思う。
However, I think it'd be useful to have some sort of charm that can protect us from her. I can make a good guess as to what that is, because the same thing made me lose interest in the series. Okay, shaking your hand, you get it. The second arc of Death Note felt so underwhelming. I think, yeah, it was the second arc that I didn't end up watching. Pretty sure. Hello, Zaro, welcome in. I watched Death Note as a teenager and stopped watching it because I got upset too. Oh my god. I don't actually know how the show ends because I never finished it. I was way too upset. I was like, hell no. I can't watch this anymore. It's really funny that multiple people had the same experience. I watched and read through the entire thing and I disliked both endings. Damn. There's two different ones? Interesting. I was bummed out too, but kept watching to see if the MC will eat shit or not. Well, I guess maybe I should watch it at some point to find out. I do like the actual ending itself though, that's cool. It's been so long that I genuinely don't remember what people are talking about unprompted. It's okay. It's fine, it's okay. Let's just say, I think what made me stop watching it was that someone, I think, a person died. That's enough to tell you about enough, I think. I like this BGM so much. It's really good. I don't know which one this is. Unfortunately, with this mod, I can't see the track name.
前にマリアちゃんに聞いたんだけど、おじい様の部屋の扉は強力な魔除けが施されているんでしょ?
That angle. Okay. Thank you. I've been like putting the BGM that I like into my playlist. So I'm gonna have to add that one too. Thank you! Maria-chan told me about it earlier, but the door to grandfather's room was supposed to be able to repel magic, right?
さすがおじい様だね。
That's our grandfather for you.
オカルトに対する防御も十分だったわけだ。
It means he was pretty good on defense when it comes to the occult.
行こう。
Let's go.
夏日おばさんの部屋へ。
To Aunt Natsuhi's room.
しかし奥様の部屋には鍵がかかっていると思います。
Also, they never brought Kinzo any food. So they don't know anything about his current status. Careful with that so you don't get any spoilers. Don't worry about it. I don't really see the comments. Usually there's like gigantic ads blocking it on the phone, and I only add them on the phone, so don't worry about it. And on my browser I have like a plugin that blocks literally everything on YouTube now, so I don't see it. Kinzo has his own fridge, I think. Do you think he has food in there? I thought the servants went up to feed him. Kinzo is fucking dead! It would be kind of funny if he died from starvation. He's probably dead, but I wonder how he died. I don't think they'll go check on him though. I'm just gonna assume that he is dead. But I think Madame's room is locked. We returned the master keys to Rosa-sama. And even the key box in the servant room is now locked away.
ならば、その鍵は夏日おばさんが持ち歩いているはず。
In that case, Aunt Natsuhi should have had a key on her person.
礼拝堂にはま
Oh,
だ
that's
夏
fucked
日おば
up.
さんの遺体があるはずだ。
Aunt Natsuhi's corpse should still be in the chapel. Oh, that's really messed up,
警察
actually.
が来る前に勝手にいじってしまうのは悪いことだけれど、それについてはちゃんと説明しよう。
We probably shouldn't be disturbing it before the police come, but we can give a full explanation later. I feel like that's the least of your problems. I feel like walking up to someone that you know that well and seeing their corpse in that manner will scar you for life. Like, actually. Up close and everything. That's messed up. The images on some videos can have spoilers. That's true. But I don't I don't know. I haven't gotten spoiled yet, but you're right. You're right. That's true. Everyone forgot about him. They did.
しかし礼拝堂の入り口も鍵がかけられております。
However, the entrance to the chapel is also locked.
ゴーダさんの腕力じゃ
Oh my
ガラス
god.
一枚割れないのかい
Joji! Gora-san, can't you break a single glass window with your physical strength?
その辺の石で叩き割ればいい
You could smash it with a nearby rock.
大切な礼拝堂の窓を破ってしまっても
I think that's okay.
そのよろしいのでしょうか
Would it, really be okay to break the window of that important chapel?
おじい様に怒られるときは僕が責任を持つよ
When grandfather gets mad at us, I'll take responsibility.
僕はもともと今日後ろ宮家の全員と
Let's
戦うつもりでい
go. From the beginning, I've been ready to fight the whole Ushiromiya family today.
た君との婚約を許してもらうた
That's actually kind of cute. I've got to get them to accept my engagement to
め
you.
にだから元よりその覚悟はある
So, I've been prepared from the start. Okay, he's kind of cool right now. I like you, Joji. Right now, you're okay.
ガラスを割ろう
Let's break the
そ
glass.
して夏日おばさんの遺体から鍵を借りよ
Then let's borrow the key from Aunt Natsuhi's corpse. That's messed up to say, but also he's really cool right now. He's so courageous. He's really, really awesome. Hello, Noelle. Welcome in. Let's disturb a crime scene. It's okay. It's not like they're gonna touch the corpse or anything. They're just looking for the charm. Joji's announcement that he'd take responsibility seemed to have given the servants a great deal of courage. Shannon and Gora looked at each other, then looked at Joji's face again.
うオカルトに詳しいおじい様だもの
Grandfather knows everything about the occult.
夏日おばさんの霊境の力だってきっと理解してくれる
I'm sure he'll understand if it's the power of Aunt Natsuhi's third mirror we're talking about.
大丈夫怒られたりなんかしない
Don't worry, he won't get mad at you.
奥様の鏡で
Yeah, she did have a gun. I would be scared of defying her. She would shoot Joji without a second thought. I'm not swooning for him, okay? He's just kind of cool right now. I like it. He's very courageous and he cares about Channon enough, and I think that's really cool. That's really sweet. I wonder if Madame's mirror
本当にベアトリーチェ様を
will really be able to
も
seal
う一度封じることができるでしょうか
Beatrice-sama once again.
わからない
I don't know,
でも試す価値はあると思
but I think it's worth trying.
うなら行こ
So let's
う
go.
表はどんどん暗くなっちゃうよ
It's getting darker and darker outside.
急ごう
Quickly.
シャノンは懐中電灯を
Shannon, get a flashlight.
ゴーダさんはガラスを割れそうな道具を
Gora-san, find something that looks like it can break the
ゲンジ
glass.
さんはすみません傘の用意をお願いします
Sorry, Genji, but can you be on umbrella duty? Yes, sir. The servants who had been rejected by Rosa gained a new master and started to move. Joji, who was normally calm and gentle, was now radiating dignity. Shannon checked the emergency flashlight. Just in case, she changed the batteries. Gora was testing several heavy-looking cooking tools. Normally, a high-praised chef like him wouldn't want to use them for something other than their intended purpose, but now he was frantic to fulfill the orders of the one he accepted as his master. That's so cool! Getting orders, yippee! I don't know, I like that they're putting their trust in him and that he put his trust in them, you know? It's kind of sweet. They all have each other. Fuck Rosa. After some worrying, he took a large, thick-feeling frying pan. Genji removed several umbrellas from the umbrella stand set in the corner near the kitchen door. He took 3 of them.
ゲンジさん
私はご一緒できません
I cannot go with you.
ご用命の時に全員がいないようなことがあって
It would be embarrassing for
使用
me,
人頭として恥ずかしいことです
as the head servant of the Ushiromiya family, if we were all gone when an order is given.
そんな源氏さん
He's still Genji after all. But Genji-san,
今のこの屋敷で一人でいることがどれだけ危険か あなたもわかるでしょ。
Must understand how dangerous it is to be alone in this mansion now.
私は行けぬ。
I cannot go.
親方様からいつお呼び出しがあってもいいように。
I must remain
私はここにい
here
なくてはならぬ。
so that the master can call for me at any time.
源氏様。
行ってジョージ様にお仕えするよう
Go and obey Joji-sama.
くれぐれも粗相のないよ
Be careful not to make any
う
blunders.
に。ゴーダ手本となるようよ
ゴーダ
ろしく頼む。
I'm counting on you to set an example.
はい、お任せください。
Yes, leave it to me.
必ずやお役目を果たします。
I will surely fulfill my duty.
本当にいいんですね、源氏さん。
You're sure about this, right, Genji-san?
はい、私はもうこの年です。
Yes, I'm already at this age.
今日までの人生はすべて親方様に受けたご恩をお返しするための日々でした。
All the days of my life until now have been spent repaying the debt I owe the master.
このような老いぼれがどうなろうと、すべてはルーレットの飯だ。
The roulette will decide the fate of a senile old man like myself.
私はどのような結果が出るのかをここに座って見届けたいと思います。
I will sit here and see what the result will be with my own eyes. I can't believe he's referring to himself as a senile old man after he was battling Kanon together with Goda like they did. Like, do you understand how crazy cool you were in that moment? Like, you're not a senile old man. If anything, that's Kinzo. That's not you. You're far from a senile old man. He's fit as hell. Goda character arc. It's so cool. I really like him. Hello, Zero. Welcome in. The yaoi is strong. It's sad, but I really respect Genji's down with the ship mentality. I think it's very noble, but at the same time, I really wish that he would have more self-respect because he's really cool. But then again, I guess he just has really strong feelings towards the family and his responsibility for some reason. I guess we'll find out about it, but I think it's sad. It's understandable, but mostly sad for me. That knife throw, yeah, like he clearly is still very fit. As Genji said that, he sat down, as though saying that he didn't intend to discuss this anymore. His gaze fell to the chessboard that he'd played Nanjo on. When Joji saw this, he decided to leave Genji there.
行こう、みんな。
Let's go, everyone.
今は少し風もおとなしいみたいだ。
It looks like the wind has died down a bit for now. I really hope that when they come back, Genji is still alive, because if he isn't, I'm gonna be devastated. When Joji took an umbrella and dashed down the hallway, Shannon and Goda chased after him, each holding a tool. Let's go! After they flew out of the room, Genji quietly stretched his hand out to the side of the chessboard. He softly pulled something there towards him, covering it with his palm. Genji killed his breathing even more than before. As he did, something flashed gold. Huh? Wait, what? Oh my god, my mouse, please, just scroll up. To the side of the chessboard, he softly pulled something there towards himself, covering it with his palm. Huh. Killed his breathing even more than before, as he did something flash gold. Interesting. I don't know what he's doing, but it's very intentionally. From inside an ice pail set on the counter, a small gold butterfly appeared softly and silently. What is an ice pail set? I'm sorry, I want to look that up, just so I have the full picture and I can imagine it. Ice pail set? Ah, okay. Like a bucket filled with ice? A pail you put ice in. I don't know what a pail is. I'm sorry. English is not my first language. I don't know what that is. I'm guessing it's like a bucket type of thing. From the pictures that I saw anyway. Ate some seitan, a pepperoni the other day for pizza. Still have leftovers to know if I make another pizza or another but make a sandwich. Both are good, but I would say pizza because pizza is yummy. Nanja was cheating in chess with a butterfly. Insane. A bucket. Okay, okay. Thank you. It was almost as though it had seen Joji and the rest off and was trying to secretly chase after them. Okay. It happened in an instant. The elegant gold butterfly flapping its wings was pinned against the wall by the knife Genji threw! Just like a butterfly in a bug collection. Damn! He is sick! After the gold butterfly beat its wings several times, looking like it was in pain, it accepted the fact that it couldn't break free, became fine gold powder and smoke, and disappeared as though it had melted into water. Wow. That was insane. That was kind of cool. The goat. He slaughtered her. He's the golden slaughterer. That was very sick. Genji still gazed down at the chessboard as though nothing had happened. Maybe he would think up a brilliant move very soon. But no matter what move he made, his opponent would not be able to respond for all eternity. Even though he knew that, Genji searched for a brilliant move. It must have been the perfect way to kill time, during the short period before some fate would be given to him. He didn't know what result the roulette would bring about, but that decision would be made very soon. No one could interfere with the tumbling roulette ball. He's so sick. I love him. Awesome old man. Doesn't even need an energy blade. Yep. That was really cool. I feel really bad for Nanjo. He seems like a good guy. And it seemed like they were good friends. So that made it kind of sad. But also, I'm glad that Genji, you know, doesn't... I'm gonna assume that was bad though and not someone else. And that he doesn't give a shit about her going after them and defying her in that way, I suppose. The door to the parlor was not only locked, but blocked with a barricade made of sofas and the like. Because of that, Androsa seemed to suspect that any suspicious person approaching would break in through the window. Sitting on a one-person sofa, her back to the door, she continued to hold onto her gun. I wonder if when they get to the chapel, bodies are going to be missing. That would be kind of insane, but also not impossible, maybe? Since people are already missing. And didn't Beato say something about bringing them to the chapel since the ritual or something is going to be there? So, like the corpses of Kumasawa and Nanjo? I wonder if they'll be there too. Seemed like a good guy. I'm sorry. Yes. You should still respect Beato as the second master of the house, though. I mean, maybe he's just too sad to do that right now. It seemed like it. Just a butter knife. It could have been just a butter knife. I mean, butterflies are not very sturdy, so anything would kill them, really. I didn't know what was what anymore, and even though my body and mind were worn out, I played with Maria as she wanted. Maria had said it. Beatrice was testing us to see if we could solve the epitaph of the gold, so we had to try and figure out this riddle. In the beginning, I was a little interested and tried to solve it, but I didn't even have a clue where to start in this weird text. I didn't doubt that there was some riddle hidden there, but I seriously doubted I'd be able to suddenly leap to an answer. In the middle part of the epitaph, there were the lines going from the 1st to the 10th twilight, calling us to journey to the Golden Land. On the 1st twilight, offer the 6 chosen by the key as sacrifices. On the 2nd twilight, those who remain shall tear apart the 2 who are close. It was obvious that this hinted at the first 6 murders that had already occurred in the chapel, and Jeshka and Kanon's murders. If this was being followed, we still had to be prepared for 5 more people to be killed. On the 4th twilight, gouge the head and kill. On the 5th twilight, gouge the chest and kill. On the 6th twilight, gouge the stomach and kill. On the 7th twilight, gouge the knee and kill. On the 8th twilight, gouge the leg and kill. Dr. Nanjo and Kumasawa Ba-chan's corpses still haven't been found. However, if this follows the pattern and there are sacrifices for the 4th and 5th twilights, they'll surely be found in a pitiful state with their head and chest gouged. So, can we expect that 3 more of us will be gouged in the stomach, knee, and leg and killed? I'm gonna assume only 2 more since I'm pretty sure that Kinzo is dead. Who will it be? I looked around the room, noticing that there were 3 people here, but how should I put it? My emotions seemed paralyzed. Strangely, I didn't feel frightened. As I leaned against the sofa with the top part of my body, gazing up at the ceiling, Maria noticed. Apparently, she felt I was slacking off in my riddle solving. She got mad at me for not taking this seriously enough.
なあ、マリア。ベアトリーチェは確か、これを解いたらどうするって言ってたんだっけ？
What was it again that Beatrice said she'd do if we solved this? I'm sure the witch wrote in her letter that she'd give up on collecting interest or something abstract like that. I optimistically took that to mean she'd give up on killing the whole family. But was it really written with that meaning? For some reason, I couldn't convince myself that solving the riddle would really save me. I feel like maybe, even if we do solve it, we'll just be doing what the culprit wants, and it'll all be a wasted effort. No, that's not true. If you solve the epitaph, Beato's ceremony will end. So, after that, no more people will die.
本当にか？そういうルールを奴が提示してるだけだろ？
Really? Isn't that rule just something she made up?
この謎を解けば、多分、じいさまの隠し黄金のありかがわかるんだろ？
Whoever solves this riddle will probably learn the location of grandfather's hidden gold.
奴はきっとそれを狙って。
Then she'll definitely go after it and... She won't go after it.
なんでそう断言できるんだよ？
How can you be so sure? The gold has been Beatrice's from the beginning. She wouldn't go after something that's hers.
じゃあ、どうしてベアトは俺たちにこんな大ヒントを授けてくれたんだ？
Then why is Beatrice giving us all these big hints?
というか、どうしてこんなゲームじみたことを仕掛けてきたんだ？
Not just that, why did she even set up this game-like thing? Risk is essential for magic.
リスク？よく意味がわかんねえな。
Risk? I don't really know what you mean. Well, I'm sure Kinzo can tell you a whole lot about it. He keeps talking about it after all. For example, in a marathon, do you think a medal anyone can get by running the whole thing is worth the same as the medal given only to the person who gets first?
思わねえぜ。
No, I don't.
つまりなんだよ。結局、奴は遊んでるってことなのか？
So, what does this mean? In the end, she's just playing with us?
わざとこっちにチャンスを与えるようなことをして。
Purposefully giving us a chance. Wrong. That's how magic works. No matter how great a work of magic is, it'll always have risks and weak points. No, it must have them.
魔法って言われるとピンとこねえが、ギャンブルだって考えれば少しは理解できるな。
I don't get the stuff you call magic, but if I think about it as a gamble, I can understand a little. Kinzo would lose his mind over Batara stating this. He was like, oh, these fools can only see it as gambling and whatnot. Batara isn't interested in risk. He can't spin the risk board around. Yeah, that's a board game, isn't it? I don't know. Actually, I don't know anything about Risk because it probably has a different name. Riziko. I don't think I've ever played the board game, actually. I know of it, but I don't think I ever played it.
でかく失う覚悟がなきゃ、でかくは勝てない。
As if Kinzo doesn't see it as a gamble himself. He did refer to it as such, but he thinks that it's too simple to just call it a gamble. A very simplified war game. I see. Yeah, I don't think I played it. If you aren't prepared to lose big, then you can't win big. Gotta go all in.
そして、勝ち目の薄いギャンブルであればあるほど、配当はでかくなる。
And the slimmer the chances of winning, the bigger the payoff.
その通りだよ。
That's right.
だからベアトは儀式のリスクをちゃんとみんなに説明したの。
And Beato really did explain the risk of the ceremony to everyone.
だからこの謎を解けばちゃんと儀式は中断される。
So, if this riddle is solved, the ceremony will be suspended.
だってそれを約束違反したらリスクにならない。
After all, if she breaks her promises, there wouldn't be any risk.
これを解けば、奴は本当に約束を守るのか？
If we solve this, will she really keep her promise? I trust
花は
her.
枯れるのにどうして美しいの？
Why are flowers beautiful even though they wither?
浄化は見分けがつかないほど精巧でもどうして美しくないの？
Why is it that an artificial flower isn't beautiful, no matter how elaborate it is, even when you can't tell the difference by looking?
人間は死を賭すから奇跡が起こせる。
Humans can bring about miracles by gambling on their deaths.
不死の人間がいたとしてその人物に何の奇跡も起こせる道理はない。
If an undying human existed, they'd have no way of bringing about a miracle.
私たちも人生も魔女も儀式も
That goes for us. Life, the witch, and the ceremony too.
私たちはリスクを負わなければ何も成し遂げられないの。
If we don't bear a risk, we can't succeed in anything.
謎が解けたらどうするんだ？
What do we do if we solve the riddle?
ピンポーンって鳴らして挙手して、回答を魔女に伝えて答え合わせをするのか？
Should we raise a hand and cry, I got it? Tell the witch our answer and see what she says?
ああ、それは知らない。
I don't know about that.
でも解けばきっと自動的に儀式は終わる。
But if we solve it, the ceremony will surely end automatically. I really hope that they can solve it. I want to see what happens. They have to. Oh my god, I love Cluedo! Best board game ever! Beata would keep her promises? Surely she would. Except, she didn't really keep her promise with Shannon, but let's not think about that. She was being a little evil there. Welcome back, Amadis.
マリアは詳しいな。
You sure know a lot, Maria.
そいつはみんなベアトリーチェに習ったのか？
Did you learn all that from Beatrice? So, if you don't bear a risk, nothing can be gained, is that it? That definitely is the way of the world, but it's sort of in conflict with the chessboard thinking I like so much. At least when making moves in chess, players grope for the best move, always trying to avoid risk and hoping for an advantageous turn of events. They don't trust to chance, like in gambling. That's right, there's no room for gambling in an intellectual game, and yet this person called Beatrice has created such an outrageous crime, or maybe a ceremony, while purposefully imposing conditions for her own loss and announcing them to us. In chess, you always play your best move, so by putting yourself in your opponent's position, you can predict their next move. However, we can't be sure that Beatrice's moves are always the best moves possible. I thought she was probably making us focus on the epitaph to fool us in some way, speaking in riddles, but according to Maria, that alone was impossible. She said this was a genuine risk that the witch had taken, and therefore proof that this was a formal ceremony for magic. I can't understand this witch called Beatrice. If she's committing this chain of murders with some goal in mind, why did she go to all the trouble of exposing the conditions for her defeat? No matter how I spin the chessboard around and think from my opponent's perspective, I can't understand why she'd give up if this riddle is solved. Well, that's the whole point. That's the risk. That is the whole risk involved in this. Isn't it almost as though Beatrice doesn't care whether she wins or loses? Of course, chessboard reasoning won't work against an opponent like that. I don't understand. I don't understand. What is Beatrice after that's making her carry out this crime? If she just wanted to massacre us all, she could have done it quietly, without this whole crazy setup. There was no need for that kind-hearted advance notice, all this self-aware closed room stuff, or any of the rest. It's all overacting. I've got no clue what it means. Will I be unable to understand everything as long as I keep thinking of Beatrice as a greedy human culprit? If I don't accept her as a witch, will my chessboard thinking be stuck before I've even lined up the pieces? If she really is a witch and everything Maria said is true, then there's only one thing for us to do. The theory building in Discord and searching for the culprit has all been pointless. We should have all gathered in the dining hall, combining our knowledge to solve this riddle. By combining the knowledge of that many people, we might have been able to grasp at least a thread of the answer. I mean, maybe that's also why she may think that she will easily be able to go through with the ceremony, because, like, this is just what humans do, you know? They've been doing it since episode 1. They haven't tried to solve the riddle even once because they keep suspecting each other. So, clearly it seems to them like it's a distraction, like Batara said. So, why would they focus on that, you know? I was questioning the same thing, why they wouldn't just solve the riddle, but also I'm just reading this. In this position, you wouldn't try to solve a riddle while people are getting murdered around you, so it's only natural to not try to focus on that. So her success rate is actually a lot higher if you think about it this way, as long as they don't get to the idea of trying to solve it for real. Matara is having to ruminate on the motives of the culprit. He always does it. I mean, that's kind of what you have to do to use the chessboard thinking. What's the goal, you know? To see it from their perspective. Kind-hearted is a unique perspective on torturing your victims mentally. I mean... yeah. It is the natural assumption, yeah. What is that emote? You have many good ones. I'm doing my crosswords. Damn. In the end, did the humans get what they deserved? They thought they were just using their brains, but they were actually thinking only of their greedy selves. In the end, chessboard theory is a thinking technique where you project yourself onto your opponent. So greedy people see their greedy selves inside their opponents. I mean, that's kind of true. Okay, I have to start the ad break, but also I can use this to mentally prepare myself for having to listen to Rosa talk again. So I think that's a good point to take a little break. Live chandelier reaction. Chandelier? Do you think they have one? We haven't seen one, I don't think. Anyway, I will be right back in 3 minutes. Okay, I'm back. Hello, Sir Random Lemon. Welcome in. And you are actually right. We did look at a chandelier, and I was like, damn, how did I not realize that I was looking at one the whole time? I kind of tend to ignore the backgrounds if it's always like the same ones. At some point, I couldn't tell you what I was looking at before, so I'm sorry. I forgot. Hello, Klaus. Welcome in. Hope we're doing good today. Let's keep going. I looked lazily at Aunt Rosa. She was probably tired from being under all this tension the whole time. She couldn't sleep, but she kept staring vaguely at some point off in space. Aunt Rosa had announced that we couldn't trust anyone who hadn't been killed. Aunt Rosa's chessboard thinking saw herself inside her opponent. In other words, maybe Aunt Rosa was an isolated woman, unable to trust anyone and unable to let her guard down. Long ago, I think I heard a bit about it from my dad. Aunt Rosa was originally a very obedient child, but her age was too far separated from the other siblings, and they often made conflicting demands of her during their confrontations. I mean, that still happens, even during the discussions about the inheritance. Thanks to this, she'd undergone a lot of psychologically harsh experiences in her youth. Often when she copied one of her siblings, another sibling would give her a hard time. True, Aunt Rosa said many things today that could be taken as abusive. But that means those words were once showered upon her, which is why they were engraved in her vocabulary. The many abusive words that she'd spoken were also words that she'd been showered with in the past. Oh, don't make me feel bad for her. I get that she's traumatized and everything, but like, that's still messed up. That doesn't excuse her actions. I don't know. I feel bad for her, but also, man, she's kind of an awful person and she needs help. She needs to seek therapy to better herself, hopefully. Especially when it comes to Maria. Not that I think about it, I've had the feeling that her style of speech sometimes has traces of Uncle Klaus or Aunt Eva in it. I'd understood it as them being similar because they were siblings, but maybe it wasn't just that. For the first time, I truly sympathized with Aunt Rosa, whom I'd always assumed was just quiet and gentle. Then what about Maria? Maria's been making a certain claim for a while now. If we can solve the riddle the witch displayed to us, the ceremony will be halted and will definitely be saved. And if I think she also said that Beatrice will never break a promise. But this is Maria we're talking about. She herself never breaks promises, and she has the most innocent heart. So, she believes Beatrice also won't break her promises. She's able to believe that. But isn't that just an image of Beatrice in Maria's mind? There's no proof that the real Beatrice always keeps her promises, right? Well, there we go. Question answered. I won't feel bad. Stop beating your child and pointing a gun at everybody. Yeah. Like, I feel like this is it's a difficult topic, you know? She's clearly damaged by her past, and she isn't, like, fully to blame for how she is. But her actions are still her own, and I think they're fucked up, and she should recognize that they're fucked up, and she should actively work on them, you know? Doesn't mean that it's entirely her fault that she is this way, but you know, it's now her responsibility to maybe seek out help. That's what I think about her anyway. I don't like her, and I don't want to see her anymore, but you know, it is kind of messed up what she went through. Even if we only get like glimpses of it being mentioned here and there, it's still sad. It's still traumatic. I liked her comment about the younger sister always having to be just a little bit less smart than the older one. True. That was a very Eva thing to say. Even though she said it to basically belittle Eva. Patra's on the cusp of realizing something important. I wonder if he'll finally try to solve it. Like, put your all into it, my guy. I'm gonna screenshot this. Oh. Here. No, always in red. Well, red sure is convenient. True. We can feel sorry for her without excusing her actions. True. The cycle of abuse sucks but can always be broken. Yeah, you just need help from the outside. It's difficult to see it yourself and see that you're being abusive, but she knows it. Like, we've seen her be aware of the fact that she's hitting Maria and that she's being awful to her sometimes. So it's not like she's unaware of it, you know? She just needs to finally step up and get some help for herself and also her daughter. I'd say they always is implied. I think so too.
碑文の謎を解けば黄金鏡へ至ることができるだろう。
I keep my promises. If you solve the riddle of the epitaph, you should be able to reach the Golden Land.
さすれば儀式は終わる。
When you do, the ceremony will end.
それ以上誰も死にはせぬ。
No more people will die.
お前みたいな怪道の極みがルールを遵守するってのかよ。
So you're saying a complete monster like you follows the rules?
わらわが残忍で卑劣で下道であることを否定はせぬ。
I won't deny that I am brutal and unjust and a monster.
だがわらわは魔女だ。
However, I am a witch.
魔法を使う。
I use magic.
魔法を使うには守らねばならぬルールがある。
In order to use magic, there are some rules that must be followed.
わらわは魔女だからこそそれをないがしろにできぬのだ。
Because I am a witch, I cannot neglect those.
それだけは信じるがよい。
You should believe at least that much.
これだけめちゃくちゃやってきて、それでもルールだけは信じろってのかよ。
So, even after all the crazy stuff you've done, you're still telling me to believe at least in the rules?
わらわはたぶらかしはする。
I do play tricks.
もちろん人も騙す。
Of course, I also deceive people.
人間と変わらぬ。
I'm no different from humans in that regard.
だが約束として口にしたことを保護にしたことは一度もない。
But not once have I disregarded a promise I've spoken.
人間はどうか。
What about humans?
約束を必ず守るのか。
Do you always keep your promises?
約束を守ろうなんてキャッチフレーズがある以上、
Since we have catchphrases like keep your promises,
ちゃんと履行されてるかどうかは疑わしいな。
it's hard to imagine that we always follow them properly.
わらわから見れば人間の方がよっぽど利己的で下道な存在よ。
From my perspective, humans are the truly selfish monsters.
人間の約束ほど疑わしいものはない。
There's nothing as dubious as a human's promise.
わらわも時に人間と契約するが、くだらない願い一つ叶えるのに、どれほど厳重に取り決めをするか想像もつくまい。
Even I sometimes make contracts with humans, but you wouldn't imagine how strict an agreement must be made just to grant a single foolish wish.
少しでも隙があると、連中はすぐに叶える願いの数を100に増やせとか、小さな豆粒に変身してみろとか言い出す。
If there is even a small loophole, they'll immediately say something like, increase the number of wishes to 100, or go turn yourself into a bean. I don't think I understand the whole bean thing. What is it with the bean? Who'd want to be a human when a witch is on the table? So true.
親父によく言われたぜ。
I'm pretty sure this is implying... Well, we already know that Kinzo brought upon some kind of loophole. At least he's like keeping her trapped here, so that's already one loophole, I'm pretty sure. There's this thing Dad always says.
契約書ほど怖えもんはねえって。
He says there's nothing as scary as contracts.
よく読まずにハンコを押すやつは骨の髄まで喋られて当然だって言ってたぜ。
According to him, it's only natural that people who sign without reading them thoroughly will get chewed to the bone.
悪徳で荒稼ぎしてやがったんだな。
He's made a killing through vice. Hello, Caleb. Welcome in. Hope you're doing good today. Kind of like lose all your powers. The bean thing? Hitting a genie with the get beaned loophole a classic? I don't understand it. Can you explain it to me? I'm sorry. I don't understand the whole bean thing.
察しろ。
Imagine it.
人は生まれながらに詐欺を知りはせぬ。
When people are born, they know nothing of fraud.
どこかで被った。
They get it from somewhere,
だから覚えた。
and so they learn it.
押し付け合わずにはいられぬ人の世の罪。か。
Yes, the crimes of the human world where people must press up against each other.
はて、どこの魔女に聞いたやら。
Let me see. I've heard that from a witch somewhere.
まあいい。
I feel like she's not implying the person that I'm thinking of. Would you still love me if I turned into a bean? Next question. I'm sorry. A bean is not a genie. I mean, yeah? Me neither. I'm just saying words. I have to look that up later then. I don't understand it, and I want to understand it.
そなたが思っているほど わらわも無慈悲ではないぞ。
Oh well, I'm not as heartless as you think, you see.
嘘をつけ。
Liar.
これだけの大勢を。
You killed so many people.
こんな残酷な方法で殺しておいて。何が無慈悲ではないだ。
And you did it in such a horrible way too. How could you not be heartless?
約束は守るだと。
You say you keep your promises?
いい加減なことを言うな。
Don't say stuff like that.
俺はお前を認めない。
I won't accept you.
断じて。
Ever.
それを譲らないことだけがお前への抵抗だと俺は信じてる。
I believe my only way to resist you is never giving up on that. Well, at least, you know, he reverted back to being his usual self. He ungave up. I think the bean thing is just something that can't fight back against you, maybe. I don't know. I wonder. Maybe, I guess so. Or maybe a bean, like, sprouts to be more than just a bean, so maybe it can grant more wishes? I don't know. That's really weird. I don't know. I don't understand anything anymore. Hello, Ogi-chan. Welcome in. You have to admit it's spooky. She is cruel this episode. She is, but I like her this way. You know, she's always been this way. And I think it's actually kind of funny when she's like this. She deserves to be a little bit of a trickster. And a little bit mean and cruel. I think that's awesome.
なるほど。
But she also has to accept when people fight back against her, you know? And when they're mean in return to her and cruel.
永遠の苛波であるのは、わらわに対しても同じであるというわけか。
I see. So you're saying this eternal torture will be the same for me.
かもしれぬな。
Perhaps.
1000年は長い。
1,000 years is a long time.
魔女の強さは、魔力より我慢強さで決まるのかもしれんな。
Maybe a witch's true strength is decided not by their magical power, but by the strength of their endurance.
なるほど。ベルン教の恐ろしさもうなずける。
Yes, I can accept how terrifying Lady Byrne is.
何をわけのわかんねえ話をブツブツ言ってやがる。
He doesn't get it. Damn you, babbling on and on about this incomprehensible stuff.
さっさと永遠の苛波とやらを続けろよ。
Let's quickly get back to this eternal torture.
俺は1000年でも1万年でも付き合う覚悟だぜ。
I'm prepared to stick around for 1,000 years or even 10,000 years. Well, she won't be lonely. Not for 10,000 years at least. Evil is sexy, except for Rosa. Rosa has always been cruel too, but you hate her. Well, I don't know. There's a difference. Beato does it because she's just, I don't know, she seems like she's a little bit bored and she just wants to have fun, you know? She's just torturing for fun. And I can accept that. I can accept that. She understands that she's cruel and evil and all of the above. And she's like, oh, well, I have to be. And Rosa doesn't feel that way. I feel like she can see that she isn't perfect, but she doesn't care enough to change it. But she would like to change it, probably. She would like to be perfect, probably. You could say I'm a hypocrite. Sue me. Sue me! What do I care? Whatever. I have a bias. So what? I don't care. Being mean is okay if it's for fun. Yes. I don't know, okay? I don't know. I don't understand it. It's just different. It feels different. Beato has a nice voice and she's just vibing with her witchery. Rosa is just not a nice person. Yeah. Exactly. The difference is Beato's nice to Maria. That helps, you know? It helps. Even though Maria ends up dying in the end too, you know? At least in episode 1.
よいよい。
Good, good.
少しは戦う気力も戻ってきたようだな。
It looks like you've regained some of your will to fight.
そうでなければつまらない。
It would be boring otherwise.
ほら、対戦ゲームでもよくあるだろう。
Come now, don't you often see it in competitive games?
乱入したけど、相手があまりに弱くて拍子抜けで、わざと負けて最終ラウンドまで延長させて。
Sometimes one player intrudes on their opponent's territory, But the opponent is so weak that it's a bit of an anti-climax, so the first person loses on purpose to extend the game until the last round.
最後に本気でフルボッコにすることとかってあるだろう
During which they get serious and shower their opponent with blows, right?
例えの意味がわかんねえよ。
I don't get what that means.
ワインと同じよ
I like that he just said it as a statement. He's just like, yeah, I don't get it. He's really funny. Being mean to Batara equals good. Being mean to Maria, not good. I don't know. It's like the dynamic they have, you know? They're having a little game. And Rosa's not having a game with anyone. She's just being mean. I don't know. It's different. I can't explain it. It doesn't matter. It's the same as wine.
よく熟成させねば輝かぬ
If you don't let it age well, it won't sparkle.
お前はそれに耐えられるワインだ
You're the same as that wine.
わらわがじっくり熟成させてやる
I'll carefully make you age.
そなたをわらわの優雅な時間を彩る最高の美酒に育て上げてやるぞ
I'll raise you to be the best alcohol to adorn my elegant time.
だからこの程度で屈服などするな
I wonder if she's saying that because he's red. So, don't give up after only this much.
わらわを引き続き否定してくれよ
Keep on denying me.
何しろわらわはそなたが認めぬ限り儚き幻想に過ぎぬのだから
After all, as long as you don't accept me, I'm nothing more than a fleeting illusion. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Fantastic. Joji wouldn't get that metaphor. Poor Joji. Oh. Oh, they broke the glass! For real this time! They actually did break glass.
辛いな
No matter how many times I see it, it's awful.
教授お察しします
I truly sympathize.
シャノンさん鍵を頼みます
Oh yeah, his parents are here too. That's messed up. Is he red because she's saying it? I don't know. What, and I cannot stress this enough, is her problem? Nothing! Nothing is her problem. She's perfect. I truly sympathize. Shannon-san, please get the
お
key.
亡くなりになられたとはいえ奥様はレディーです
Even though she is dead, Madam is a lady.
私には触れることができません
I cannot touch her.
はい
Of course. Shannon nodded sharply, her expression filled with a sense of duty. Joji, Goda, and Shannon had broken a suitable window and were inside the chapel. Since they really hadn't wanted to break one, they'd searched for another way in just in case. But in the end, after proving once again that there was nowhere they could slip in through, it only became more obvious that this chapel was a mysterious closed room. Inside the chapel, time had stopped ever since the last time they left it. Even Joji wasn't able to approach that gruesome Halloween party again. It was only natural. It reminded him again of the sadness of losing both parents at once. And Goda, thinking of the possibility that those corpses might have changed in some horrible way now that half a day had passed, didn't want to let Joji get near them. Shannon followed Goda's instructions and approached the party table. Normally, Shannon might have resented having another dirty job forced on her, but now she could truly understand Goda's mental state. Even though Goda had prodigious skill, he'd gotten dragged into trouble, losing his job and ending up left out on the streets, before Natsuhi gave him a new life. Huh. I didn't know that he lost his job. Though it had been just a casual employment decision for Natsuhi, Goda must have thought it a turning point in his fate. Those around Goda could see that he felt a special kind of loyalty to Natsuhi, so he probably didn't want to lose that feeling even after her death. That is very noble. I understand Goda. I would like to think that it's not necessarily like, oh, she's a woman, I can't touch her. But like, it's more like a respect thing in this case. This is for not letting me feed the guest. What the fuck? And couldn't get a new job. Yeah, that's surprising. I wonder what kind of trouble he got into to not be able to find a new job. That must have been pretty serious. Now that half a day had passed, the bodies of Natsuhi and the rest had changed completely. Small bugs sniffing out the smell of death had started to gather. That's disgusting. It really wasn't something you'd want to look at directly. Gross. Madam, excuse me. Because of her long experience as a servant, Shannon had an idea of which pocket Natsuhi kept the key to her room in. It would probably be this pocket. Her guest didn't fail her. Just by touching the outside of the pocket, she was immediately able to feel it. It's here. The key to Madame's room. Shannon held the key up high, showing the others that it had been found. As Joji and Gora watched her, their eyes opened wide. That wasn't the expression Shannon was expecting, so it startled her. Oh no. Oh fuck. Oh no. I was so sure something was gonna happen. There's no way they go into the chapel and nothing happens. After all, Shannon hadn't noticed. Joji and Gora watched from afar, noticed it first. After all, when Shannon had held the key up high, a blizzard of gold leaf had seeped up from around the table. They were countless gold butterflies. It was the first time Joji had seen them, so it might have looked like some kind of illusion. But Gora already knew. He knew that those gold butterflies were far from beautiful and that they would bring about some kind of misfortune. And that gold swelled, trying to suck Shannon in.
Shannon-san!
My goat!
走って!
Shannon-san, run! Shannon also realized that gold butterflies were trying to swallow her up. She ran unsteadily, her expression still shocked. As she did, the gold butterflies danced around her all at once. They grouped together. They tried to swallow her up.
Shannon!
Damn it, what is this? Are these the gold butterflies you guys were talking about? Outside, quickly! You bastards! Damn it, damn it! I feel like I know Gora's VA from somewhere. Joji and Gora rush up to Shannon driving off the cloud of butterflies. And while the butterflies were scattered, they ran towards the broken window. However, they needed a good footing to get out the window, which was surrounded by shards of broken glass. Broken glass! When they'd entered, there had been enough time to prepare for that, but now there was none. Let's go out through the door. There's no time to look for a footing. Can they open it from the inside? It won't open. It's stuck. It's not stuck. Isn't it locked? Give it to me. Damn this piece of crap. Joji-sama, quickly! Damn it, don't take me lightly. He's going crazy. He's going insane. Is Gora able to rescue Shannon, solve the epitaph, and prepare breakfast all in the same episode? He is! He's capable! Gora took off his jacket, swinging it around and scattering the group of butterflies. But saying he was outnumbered would be a real understatement, sorry. It was doubtful that it even bought them a short amount of time. Joji struggled with the broken handle. Its age showed and it didn't turn well. I can't leave it to strength. It needs the right angle or there's some trick to it.
Joji-sama!
Just go out the window, please! Damn it, you monsters! At that moment, Gora saw it. He was seen by it. In other words, their eyes met. On top of the party table. No, with the stained glass behind it, floating, laughing, was the figure of the witch. He saw the figure of the laughing witch in the center of the golden whirlwind, with the golden butterflies fluttering about at the ready. Damn. It should have been Gora's first time meeting with her. But he knew her at a glance. Just like the other servants had said, this was certainly the witch of the portrait herself. She's right here! Well, she said she was gonna be there, you know, preparing for her little ritual. But they didn't see any of the other corpses show up, I don't think. Seeing Jyoti worry about Chana reminds me of how their date on the aquarium was this episode. It feels like so long ago. It does. It's almost time for dinner, is it not? I am the host of this mansion now. So I must give you a warm reception before your wonderful dinner. And look, we even have 3 people fit to order. My, how truly convenient. It's open. It actually opened? I'm sorry. I want to look at the red text again. Oh, I know this track, actually. I don't know where I know it from, but I've heard it before. I'm sorry. I want to go up for a second. Did she say? Oh, there's so many red text laughing at me. When locked, it doesn't permit any form of entry. No trick could have the effect of locking the door from the outside without using a key. From the outside. Hold on, sorry. I'm just trying to read it so I understand. Wait, this is about Jishka's room. Oh my god. Oh, sorry, I'm reading. There's so many! Entered through the door. When the door to the chapel is locked, it prevents any and all methods of entry or exit. And I'm 100% sure that they locked the door. Unless it wasn't locked because Bato's in here? Maybe she opened it with a key? I'm so confused. How did they open the door? Anyway, this is something I have to figure out at another point in time, but I just wanted to know if it would technically open if it was locked. Hello, Butter. Welcome in. This is such a good track. It's awesome. Also, thank you for the posture check and hydrate. World and Dominator. Yeah, I know the name. I've heard it. This is awesome. Yeah, all doors lock and unlock from the inside. And no, wait, they don't. Not all of them. I think, wasn't it different for Kinzo's room? Without needing a key, I mean. Okay, wait, I need a drink. Kinzo has an auto lock. Yeah. Goda-san, quickly! Oh, this is such a banger. This is so fitting. Are you sure it's a good idea to just stand there? If you think this place will make a fitting cemetery for yourselves, then be my guests. I must praise your spirit for wanting to stay by your former master's sides and serve them even after death. The golden whirlwind that wrapped around the witch burst. It was like an evil hand had literally spread its fingers and was trying to attack them. A cloud of gold butterflies attacked with a fluttering sound. Hurry, we can't stay here! Joji's voice brought Chanan and Goda back to their senses. Standing here now would make them like frogs getting stared down by a snake. They had to resist. They had to fight this incarnation of the new, brutal, and frightening order in which Rokenjima had been enveloped. Get the fuck out of there. There was no time to take out their umbrellas. The three of them dashed out into the pouring rain. The three of them never realized because they didn't turn around, but the gold butterflies apparently couldn't handle the rain too well, and this hampered their ability to chase after the humans. The three people ran from their golden pursuers and flew into the mansion. How nice, how nice. It wouldn't be as fun any other way. Let's go! They unlocked the door and dashed into the room. A bit of scent from Natsuhi's favorite gentle incense remained in there. However, there was no time to let that calm them now. Where is it? You said it wasn't a treasure box, right? It's just a story I heard. I never heard exactly where it was. I think it'll probably be in her dresser or next to the bed. Shannon's womanly sensibilities led her to conclude that. I mean, that's just a very logical conclusion. It doesn't have anything to do with her being a woman, but sure. But next to the bed, there was only an incense burner, a half-read novel, and glasses. However, the dresser was elegant and had many drawers, and it would be understandable if she kept some of her valuables there. Oh, Natsuhi, sorry. He began to violently open each one of the drawers. He had to hurry. He couldn't actually hear footsteps, but he had the feeling that the witch was approaching. He had the feeling that her laugh was approaching. He emptied the drawers one by one and examined their contents. Every small box for makeup looked like a treasure box. And the amount of effort it would take to inspect all of them made him feel a little dizzy. But maybe it's this box. It's locked and I can't open it. At a glance, it looked slightly larger than a music box. When shaken, it rustled, as though various small objects were inside. But it was locked and it didn't open. Normally, you'd hide the key somewhere nearby. Though some people would always carry it on their person. I don't know. Well, I hope for you that it's not on her person. There's no choice. Break it. We can't do it with force, right? We might break the mirror inside. Could there be a tool to pry it open? Damn it. Gora looked all over the room, trying to see if there was some tool that they could use, and noticed the door, which had been left open ever since they'd entered. He approached the door to close it and saw the abominable shadows of people approaching from beyond the darkness in the hall. Gulp. No, it wasn't shadows of people, because they weren't human at all. Joji-sama, hurry! Gora's voice trailed off. It was the shock of seeing a procession of those not of this world. He was a servant, so he knew all the servants working for the Ushiromiya family. But he didn't know about these. However, they were definitely servants, and not servants working for Ushiromiya Kinzer or Ushiromiya Klaus. Oh boy. Wait! They're all goats! They're all goats! Wait, what? Why is there so many? I didn't think it was gonna be all goats. I thought it was gonna be like the demons or something. Woman wavelength to understand each other. Yeah. Women can detect mirrors and occult objects, didn't you hear? I'm sorry, I forgot about it. All women can do that. Where's my Angel Mort outfit go? True. These new servants, who worked for the new master of the mansion, the Golden Witch Beatrice, had goat heads and bright red boiled eyes of lava. And they all have... Is that purple or blue? Damn, I have an issue with recognizing colors. I think that's like indigo. It's kind of purplish. So that's kind of like the same color that was the one that slit Kumasawa's and Anjo's throats, I think, I assume. As the new master laughed loudly and trimly directed 6 of the new servants, he saw them approach, piercing the darkness as they came. Of course, she was clad in the gold butterflies that were her symbol. Goda hurriedly closed the door and locked it. However, just as he locked it, it returned to normal, just as though a spring or something had knocked it back. Damn, she really can use magic! The sound effect is so damn silly for the scene that they find themselves in. Moing! It gave the illusion that some prankster beyond the door was unlocking it every time he locked it. That's a really funny thought. They couldn't have reached the other side of the door yet. So who was doing it and how? It almost felt like playing with a broken toy. Cling boing. Cling boing. It won't lock. Even if I lock it, it unlocks. What's going on? Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it! She's so funny. And this is so funny to me because, like, I don't think she's actually using magic. She's just gaslighting people, but how is she doing this? It's so silly. She's so silly. Oh. Do you think a lock would stop me? Did you think the door to that room could hold back that room's new master? It was like the witch could see Gora's frantic effort through the door. Even now, the footsteps continued to approach. And when not just their footsteps, but even their breath could be heard, Gora gave up on the lock and slammed it into the door, locking it using his own large body. Please don't die, Gora. I would hate to see you die right now. Joji-sama, quickly, quickly, quickly! Joji-sama, what about this? A letter opener. That's better, let me have it. The fountain pen isn't working. Joji took it and once again dug into the crack under the lid of the treasure box. It looks like it's working. Quickly, quickly! Please. Don't kill Goda! Pressure from across the door grew even stronger. Goda screamed. This wasn't a war cry during a test of strength. He was terrified. He was simply terrified that nothing but a single wooden door was stopping him from touching something not of this world. He was still lucky. He wasn't touching the thing directly, because they were on the other side of the door. So if he were to touch them directly, Goda's cry would surely turn from something brave into a pathetic, piercing scream, and therefore one that was more real. What?! I can't believe my eyes. What?! Oh my god! The fucking arms coming through the door! That is insane. Goda couldn't believe what was happening right before his eyes. Coming through the door, an arm was slipping straight through the wood like it was water. As though this was the most natural thing in the world. And it rubbed the back of Goda's hand as he frantically tried to hold the door shut. Why are you rubbing his hand? It slid up his arm to his chest and then up to his chin. And now Goda's scream wasn't even audible anymore. You could hear a sweet whispering voice from across the door. It wasn't coming from the witch, but it sounded like a young woman. However, that didn't change the fact that it came from someone not of this world. Oh, hello! Beelzebub. Wait, I'm forgetting. Did we meet her already? Oh my god, I'm forgetting who we met. We met Satan? And oh my god, who was the other person? Was it her? I feel like she had a different hairstyle. It's Asmodeus! True! Yes. Yeah. Okay. It's just that the model itself is the same. So I was like, this is not the hairstyle that other person had. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Where's Batara for this? He'd be eating it up. He would. So cute. Hey, you see it, right? Your life flashing before your eyes. Let me know when it's over. Okay? Oh my poor Goda. Thanks. It's over already, isn't it? No! No! That lewd arm burst. And they heard the sound of something jumping around the room at an incredible speed. They didn't know what it was. Incredibly fast, small like steel, or maybe a beetle. A beetle? A bug? When it buried itself right in the center of Goda's chest and stopped, they realized for the first time that its true form was something like a stake with a strange design on it. Goda's large body shook, bent backwards, and fell over. Because it was feeling him up, probably. As it did, the door opened softly, even though no one was pushing it, welcoming in the new master of this room. It looked almost as though the door itself had accepted her. Get that fucking mirror out right now, my guy. The goat attendants came in one after another, 6 of them. Then that witch came in and the gold butterflies came in. The room was wrapped in a blizzard of gold leaf, which fell and piled up, turning it more and more into a world of gold. Oh my god. Outfit change? Why would she do this? Why would she change into another outfit? Shannon, the roulette has chosen you and Joji. Thank me for your day of release. Do you have any regrets? Joji, please. You don't, do you? I love the way she talks. Receiving an engagement ring from the man you fell for and then being killed before spending your first night together, that hardly counts as a regret at all, right? You wanted him to hold you, didn't you? You wanted him to teach you a woman's joy, right? Trying to not imagine that because it would be weird. Their relationship is weird. No, Shannon, you're dribbling, see? Your regret is dribbling. Dripping down from your mouth. I can see it dribbling down from your mouth, Shannon. Oh god, yes, he opened the box, surely. Yeah! It was the sound of the lid to the treasure box breaking open. When Joji turned it over, accessories, charms, various small objects that Natsuki had treasured when she was a girl fell out. Mixed in with that was a pouch that stood out from the rest. He picked it up and was immediately sure. This was it. I found it! This is it! So close, and yet so far. Surely this will work. Die. Damn it! All at once, the gold butterflies attacked Joji, who was hurriedly trying to remove the contents of the pouch. What is that? What am I looking at? Dude, this is... What is happening? Oh my god, she's gonna be so fucking cool. Wait, she's gonna... Is this like her weapon thing? Oh my god, this is so cool. Oh... Sorry that I'm not reading the chat messages as much. I'm like so locked in right now. She paid good money for these outfits and she's gonna use them, yep. It's necessary. Maho Shoujo transformation, true. I love her voice acting so much, it's awesome. I'm like trying to, sorry, I'm gonna keep reading in a second, but like, looks kind of like a bear trap kind of thing? Oh no, wait, I understand what this is. It's like an energy shield kind of thing. I thought that this was like the top of it and this was the bottom of it, so it looked like a jaw, but it's more like a shield. Like a round shield going around them. I understand. Visually. At that time, a bright red flash seemed to light up the room for an instant. That red flash seemed to cut a hole in the cloud of gold butterflies raging around the room, drawing a circle with Shannon at the center. So the resulting scene looked truly divine, almost as though a single streak of light had cut through the cloud in this world of gold. Joji, who was curled in a ball trying to protect himself from the group of butterflies, didn't have a clue what was going on. Oh my god! Yo, she's so cool! This is awesome. I'm in love. That is such a cool CG. And he noticed that Chanan was standing guard in front of him, shielding him, as she glared at the witch and the rest with a serious face she'd never shown him before. I'd forgotten. You're another sample of Kinzo's outstanding furniture. And you've matured much more than Kanon. How could you do that to Kanon-kun? I don't mean killing him. How could you erase his remains? And even try to disgrace his honor? Come on, Shannon. Why, is that why you're mad? If you're lonely because Kanon hasn't been around, just let me know, and I'll let you see him whenever you like. Don't you dare. Don't you fucking dare! Why would you do that? When the witch snapped her fingers, one of the 6 goat attendants glittered gold and changed into Kanon. It was definitely a sight to make one doubt their eyes. It was definitely Kanon's face. Oh god, I hate that sound effect. However, in those eyes, the glint of Kanon's integrity was nowhere to be seen. They were the hazy eyes of furniture that only obeyed the orders of the witch. Joji couldn't understand the scene right before his eyes, and he finally understood why Goda and the rest had been unable to talk about what they'd seen in the servant room. Are you enjoying this? Yes, I am. Fucked up. It's always fun to reunite a pair that has been torn apart by death. After all, I get to enjoy tearing them apart by death, reuniting them, and then tearing them apart again. Fucked up! Hello, not them, Bao. Welcome in. So, Kanon, go and play with your sister. If she knocks you about, let her see you suffer. Let her see you suffer with all the anguish you can manage. How about we don't do that, actually? From the imposter Kanon's arm, a strangely shining curve extended. He planned to tear Shannon apart with that. With a single stroke, he would attack Shannon, who still hadn't prepared her heart, and... I won't forgive you. I'll never forgive you for dishonoring the dead not just once, but twice. Enough babbling. Go get killed by your brother, Shannon. I'm sure you'll bear witness to a wonderful dream. I don't like that sound effect. The imposter Kanon certainly seemed to lunge at Shannon, drawing several purple curves. But when he flew at her, it was as though some kind of invisible wall had been placed in front of her. The wall repelled the imposter, leaving a bright red ripple on its surface. No, it didn't repel him. It smashed him. It knocked him back, turning him into golden dust into little bits, scattering him. That's actually really neat. That's really neat. That foolish furniture, who had taken Kanon's form and even disgraced his honor after death, broke into countless gold butterflies. And then those butterflies themselves broke into pieces. And those pieces were broken into pieces, until they were no longer butterflies, but a golden splash that faded away.
Shannon!
Joji-san, please don't move from that spot. I don't want to shift the central axis. Well, this is certainly a surprise. So, though your face makes it look as though you wouldn't hurt a fly, you can display such power. I see. So that spirit mirror is lending you strength. But you don't have the tools or the time to draw out its true power. I won't let you have either of those. Please don't kill them. Please don't kill them. The spirit mirror Joji gripped let out a divine glow, displaying a strength powerful enough to not submit to wicked forces. But that glow was no match for the witch's sinister nature. This is why furniture can be frightening. I can't believe she would actually say that. That feeling like unexpectedly stubbing your little toe on the corner of the cabinet. Yes, this is why furniture can be frightening. Told you, yeah. That was actually really funny. You furniture, furniture, furniture! I'm not furniture. And right now, you seem very pitiful to me. What?
1000年の魔女に100年も至らぬ家具が今何と言ったか。
What did this furniture, who hasn't lived even 100 years, just say to a 1000-year-old witch? You're a very pitiful person. Of course, two people in love will have regrets when they're separated. But they'll feel none of the kind of regret you're hoping for. You dare to speak, furniture? Have you forgotten the days when you were so desperate to be tied to Joji that you licked my shoes?
這が人間
Living with love and crawling through the muck is what humans do.
それを嘲笑い見下しているつもりで
This
あな
track
たは
is so
それに
nice.
はるかに劣る
If you sneer and look down on them for that, then you're far inferior to them.
私は今こそあなたを哀れに思う
Especially now, I pity you.
愛し合う二人にとって添い遂げることにどれほどの意味が
What? How precious is it for a loving couple when they bring their love to fruition by sleeping together on their first night? Excuse me? What? Huh?
意味はあるきっとある
Okay. Yeah, alright. I will just accept what you just said. Fine, alright. It does have meaning. It definitely
で
does.
もそれはあなたの言うこととは全然違う
But it's completely different from what you're
も
saying.
っと新鮮にしてあなたごとき邪悪が口にする資格もないほどの新鮮な意味がある
It means something so sacred that one such as you has no right to speak of it so wickedly.
だから私にはすでに何の未練もない
So I no longer have any regrets.
ジョージさんと愛を誓い合った
Joji-san and I have sworn our love to each other.
その証として指輪を受け取った
As proof, I accepted his ring.
それで永遠の誓いは完了した
With that, our eternal vows were completed.
あなたがどんな邪悪な魔法や悪意で私たちを災難だとしても永遠は汚さない
No matter how you torture us with your wicked magic and your malice, you cannot disgrace eternity. She is pissed off.
綺麗事を詩人のように語るな
Don't speak in cheap ideals like some poet.
愛は情欲なんだよ。少女漫画みたく綺麗事ばっかりで語れねえんだよ。
Love is lust, totally meaningless unless you're sleeping together.
男どもはお前の匂いに惹かれて群がるウジバエどもなんだよ。
Men are mere flies and maggots that get drawn to your female scent and crowd around you.
そんなこともその年でまだ理解できねえのかよ。
Do you still not understand that at your age?
お前は失望するぜ。その後ろのメガネ男のどす黒い欲望、一度でも覗いちまったら。
You'll despair the very first time you witness the dark lust of that glasses man behind you.
がっかり愕然唖然呆然全然ダメだぜ。シャーノン
You'll be crushed, shocked, dumbfounded, stupefied, and it's all useless, Shannon. I wonder, like, she cannot be speaking about this just randomly. And, like, the music and everything is making me feel like maybe she's speaking from experience? Oh my god, I don't even want to think about what Kinzo might have done to her. Sorry, I'm writing down my thoughts, and I'm also taking a screenshot because I wanna think about this a little bit more. The way she's saying it and the way that she's so pissed off every time Shannon and oh god, I clicked something on accident. That's what the hell is that? The way she like always was so pissed off at Shannon defying her and like sticking with Joji out of like love and stuff like that makes you think. Glasses man. I feel kind of sad for her. This whole scene is sad for Beato, actually.
ああ、もういいや、語るな家具が。この家具。
Yeah, that's enough talk out of you, you furniture.
何様のつもりだよ、語りやがって。愛なんて結局はど汚ねえ汚物をどう綺麗に見せようかって欺瞞なんだよ。
Who the hell do you think you are talking like that? No matter how beautiful you try to make love sound, in the end, it's a fraud because love is filthy filth.
そいつに気づいて人は大人になるんだろう。死ねよ、クズ。家具、スクラップ。
She switches to English when she's super mad. Don't people become adults when they realize that? Die, you trash, furniture scrap.
お前を汚らわしいウジ虫に変えてやるよ。それでもそのメガネがお前を愛するか試してやるよ。
I'll turn you into a filthy maggot. Then we'll see whether that glasses guy still loves you.
そいつの愛のどぎたねえ現実ってやつを教えてやるよ。
I'll show you that this guy's only had his eyes on your flesh.
死ねよガラクタが。てめえが愛を語るんじゃねえ。
Die, you piece of crap. Don't you tell me about love. She is pissed off. Oh my god. And there's gonna be an ad break in a couple of seconds. Holy crash out. Okay. There's definitely something going on with the whole theme of love when it comes to her. I thought so before, but now even more so. Oh god, I don't even want to think about the possibilities. Oh, it started. Okay, I'm gonna be right back. Okay, I'm back. I have a little theory, but I don't know if I should talk about it now or maybe on Sunday. I feel like I want to think about it a little bit more before I talk about it, but I have some theories about what may have happened between her and Kinzo. You have to share it now. Well, I was just thinking, like, you know how it was said that she basically makes herself invisible and stuff? And she talks about, you know, this guy, well, Joji in this case, only wanting Shannon's flesh. You know, I mean, hinting that it's only sexual in nature, maybe? And that he doesn't really love her. And I wonder if it may have been like the same between her and Kinzo. She looked at him very sad and stuff, and I don't know. It all seems it has to be connected to Kinzo somehow. Like, I don't know. There's no one else, I think. And there's also the whole... the resurrection of the love that was lost. Maybe it's her love. Like, her and Kinzo's love or something like that. Maybe she was, like, really deeply hurt by their relationship. I don't know. I'm thinking in very simple terms, but I feel like something transpired, and that's why she's evil and killing people, and I don't know. Something is definitely going on. It's not really a theory, which is why I wanted to think about it more and like actually have coherent thoughts and an actual theory. But right now, those are like the thoughts that I had in my brain that I was thinking about. Also, hello, Patrick. Welcome in. Hope you're doing good today. Circle attack. The invisible column of light with Shannon at the center started to have bright red ripples drawn all over it at once. The wall did its best to withstand the unseeable malice that tried to corrode in on them from all directions.
なんだよそれは。抵抗してるつもりかよ。
What? Do you actually think you're resisting?
安っぽいんだよ。薄っぺらいんだよ。お前の綺麗事と同じなんだよ。見せかけだけの薄っぺら。
You're insignificant, you're frail, just like your cheap ideals, just a frail pretense.
見たくないものをベールで覆って隠してるだけなんだよ。まだわかんないのかよ。だから家具なんだよ。家具。
You're just hiding what you don't want to see by covering it with a veil. Do you still not understand? That's why you're furniture, you furniture.
ほらほらほらほらほら削られてるぜ。カリカリコリコリガリガリゴリゴリなんて薄くて情けないんだよ。
See? It's being erased. Crack, crunch, smack, snap, how thin. How shameful.
前のその薄っぺらな抵抗に比べたら、パルミジャーノレッジアーノの方がまだ削るのに苦労がいるぜ。
What is she saying? Parmigiano Reggiano would be harder to cut through than your frail resistance. Oh my god, I love her. She's awesome. Like, tell me this woman isn't the funniest person you've ever seen in your whole life. Oh. We get it, you're Italian. Sayaka Ohara is amazing. She is! That was fantastic. That was so funny. Even though it's such a sad scene, I can't believe she would say that in such a scene like this, man. The golden windstorm that covered the room gradually began to shave the walls off the column that protected Shannon and Joji-kun. I don't know why I added the kun in my mind. The bright red ripples frantically drew a resisting pattern, but that just turned into a red wall of despair that began to wrap the two of them up.
Joji-san, ごめんなさい。
Joji-san, I'm sorry.
やはり
It was too much
私には
for
無
me,
理でした。
after all.
ありがとう。
Yeah, thank you.
君は僕のために戦ってくれた。
You fought for my sake.
それだけで嬉しいよ。
That alone makes me happy. Man. The round wall that had once protected them was assaulted and covered with a curve of bright red ripples as it seemed to scream, and it began to suck the two of them up instead.
Joji-san, お願いが。
Joji-san, can I ask a favor? Shannon grasped Joji's hand behind her, so Joji hugged her shoulders just as strongly.
なんで
What is it?
最後に愛してるって
My heart broke and shattered.
ください。
In the end, please let me hear you say, I love you.
さよ。僕は君を永遠に。
Sayo, I will forever... God damn it! Oh my god, epilepsy warning. Holy shit, my eyes. Ah! She was like, no way. You're not saying that. You're not fucking saying that. No. Oh. That is actually so sad. Man. That was heartbreaking. Not even the Parmesan could have saved me. That was just such a sad scene overall. First of all, Goda died. I loved Goda. He died so miserably. And then, I don't know, it just made me so sad to see Beato that way. And then she did that to those two, and that made it even worse. My heart is so sad right now. That was such a sad scene. I didn't think that the deaths of those characters could have made me sad after like episode 1, but like damn, that kind of did it for me. Cringe. I'm killing you now. Maybe the Parmigiano in the memes channel on Discord will save you. Thank you. I'll take a look after stream to boost my mood. Patra in the parlor just chilling during all this. I'm sure he's not chilling. I'm sure he's like beating himself up mentally. After Genji finished his late meal, he went out to do the nighttime rounds inside the mansion. Oh boy, you're up for a treat, Genji. He'd eaten some reheated soup that Goda had made, along with some random leftovers from the refrigerator. Those were all things Goda had made himself, and were, of course, delicious. He had half-heartedly gone to ask Rosa and the others what they would do for dinner, but he'd been yelled at by a voice telling him that the canned food they had would be enough, and the door wasn't even open for him. So, ironically, the servant Genji was able to eat a more delicious meal. But why was it that Genji wasn't afraid to do the rounds all by himself, even though all of those crimes had been committed and many people had already met a brutal end? Judging by his appearance, as he carried out his usual tasks without a trace of fear, as though everything was normal, you might think all of the horrible events that day had been no more than a dream or an illusion. Was he taking a philosophic view, or had he just accepted his fate? Genji must have considered it a virtue that when the fate that awaited him was unavoidable, He'd carry out his duty systematically until the last moment. The depths of his heart would probably remain hidden for all eternity unless he spoke of them himself. He had returned his master key to Rosa, so the places he could reach were extremely limited. All he could do was walk around the hallways, checking to make sure all the windows were closed. That probably made his rounds go a lot faster than usual. Will he go check up on Kinzo? Does he have the Kinzo key room key? That's all the Twilights. True, they only needed 3 more. So, technically, no one should die? I mean... No, wait. Well, Natsuhi died last, didn't she? None shall be left alive. Wasn't that how Natsuhi died? Sorry, I'm thinking. Yeah, it's only 3, and then technically there could be 1 more death, maybe. Imagine Genji's power after seeing Kanon and Shannon's. He must be crazy skilled. I mean, he's already skilled throwing knives, so... Nobody needs to. Beatrice said she can kill people for fun if she wants to. That's true, yeah. She can just do whatever she wants. At the sound of a reserved knock, Aunt Rosa, who had been falling into a doze, jumped and woke up, pointing the barrel of the gun at the door as she yelled. She's so stressed out. Girlie, you need to have some tea and calm down. Who is it? I was napping on a sofa, and that voice also brought me back to reality. Rosa-sama, it is I, Genji. Do you have some business? Don't worry about opening the door. Tell us from there. Yes, ma'am. In that case, forgive me for speaking in this fashion. Damn, that's not what I expected. I mean, he was outside, so it was kind of unlikely that he'd find the others who were just killed inside. I found Dr. Nanjo and Kumasawa's corpses. What did you say? I see. Very well, let's go and check them. Until I see the corpses, I won't believe anyone. It's okay, Batora. If you stay with me, it'll definitely be okay. Maybe my face seemed to be darkened with anxiety. Maria grasped my hand with her small hand and spoke softly, trying to give me courage. She's so sweet. She's like the only good thing left. She's so sweet. Look at her. She's literally an angel. Tea that the servants could have poisoned? Are you crazy? Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. Yeah, she's very considerate. Since it was Aunt Rosa's job to ready the gun and stand guard, it fell to me to remove the barricades of sofas. When I finished, I took a backwards glance at Aunt Rosa, who was pointing the barrel of the gun over my shoulder, and opened the door. Genji-san, where are their corpses? In the courtyard. I shall guide you. Batara-kun, wait. Just in case, let's check the doors and windows of this room. Wait a second. She wants to make sure no one comes in after they leave, maybe? Aunt Rosa called me to a halt to prevent me from going on ahead and began to carefully check the locks on each of the windows. But those locks had already been checked once. It felt kind of unpleasant, as though she suspected that I might have secretly unlocked them when she wasn't looking. No, maybe Aunt Rosa was right to be this cautious. Though it was called a courtyard, it wasn't really a pretty place you could take a little walk in, like the Rose Garden. On the contrary, since it was surrounded by the mansion on all sides, it made you feel a little uncomfortable, as though it was telling you that there would be no escape from this mansion, no matter where you tried to run. On the other hand, that meant that even though we could still hear the violent winds, the wind itself was blocked. Genji-san held out an umbrella, but Aunt Rosa ignored him. She was probably hinting that the gun took 2 hands and it would be dangerous if she took the umbrella. A little water won't hurt you. We didn't need Genji-san pointing for us to notice, but in the center of the courtyard we could see where Dr. Nanjo and Kumasawa-san lay. Aunt Rosa entered the courtyard without even opening an umbrella, so Genji and I also entered the courtyard without opening one. Only Maria opened hers. Oh, sorry. Maria, is this... you know what?
おお、第7の番と第8の番だね。
It's the 7th and 8th Twilights.
なるほど。
Oh yeah. Okay, these updated. Family Dr. Nanjo, his corpse which had gone missing was later found in a courtyard. At that time, it had a weapon shaped like a stake rammed into its knee. With this, the 7th Twilight is finished. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Servant Kumasawa, her corpse which had gone missing was later found in the courtyard. At that time, it had a weapon shaped like a stake rammed into its ankle. With this, even the 8th Twilight is finished. Hope the gun gets water damaged. That's crazy. Who gave you that umbrella? I'm guessing Genji handed each of them one.
確かに、源氏さんたちが言っていたように、2人の首にはひどい傷があるわね。
I see. Certainly, just as Genji-san said, and the others said, there are horrible wounds on their necks.
すごく鋭利な。
The cuts are quite sharp.
まるで日本刀か何かで切ったかのようにすっぱりね。
Almost as though they were sliced with a katana or something. Those gaping wounds on their necks definitely made me want to avert my eyes. But after seeing that Halloween party in the chapel, even though they looked horrible, they were no longer enough to make me sick. More importantly, our gazes fell to their legs, to Dr. Nanjo's knee, to Kumasawa-san's ankle. Driven into each of them was something like a knife or a stake with a demonic design. They must have been the same as the thing that pierced Jessica's back.
これは何なの？
What is
ジェ
this?
シカちゃんの時と同じね。
It's just like what happened to Jessica-chan.
何かオカルトの儀式のつもり。
Is this supposed to be some kind of occult ceremony, I wonder?
わかりません。
I do not know.
彼らの遺体を最後に見た時にはこのようなものはありませんでした。
The last time I saw their bodies, there was nothing like these.
使用人室から運び出された後にやられたのでしょう。
Maybe it was done after they were carried out of the servant room. The one stuck into Dr. Nanjo's knee was still standing erect, but the one that had been thrust into Kumasawa-san's ankle might have been a little shallower. It had come out and fallen over. So, by looking at the one that had fallen over, for the first time, I realized that it wasn't a knife, but something like a stake. Its full length was probably about 30 centimeters. That's quite long, actually. It was probably made out of bronze or iron or something of the sort. Even without touching it, I could tell it had some weight to it. Oh my god. Sorry, I have to interrupt to mention this because I wanted to mention it. I mentioned that I got the Higurashi anime on Blu-ray, and that one of the seasons included a metal baseball bat. I thought that it was gonna be made of plastic, but it's actually fully made of metal and it has some weight to it, so you could actually hurt someone with the mini metal bat that they gave me in my order. It is insane. It's actually so fucking heavy for no reason. You could genuinely hurt someone with this. I don't know why they would do that, but it's really awesome. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I just thought that I would mention it because it was actually really, really funny. You could actually recreate Higurashi. Yeah, I could. I'm not gonna say anything because I don't know how far Miggles is, but yeah. You could play baseball, or it's a mini. Yeah, it's mini. It's like as tall as my hand, actually. It's not too tall, but it's enough to actually hurt someone with this. Was that extra expensive to ship with all the weight? Actually, no. It was pretty cheap. Also, hello, Pita. I hope your little festival event thing is going good. The stream has been going really well. It's been funny and sad and shocking all at once. All the emotions. But yeah, I was reminded by the mentioning of weapon and weight and whatnot. Also, thank you for the hydrate. Not far, just learned about the dam stuff. Okay, I see. I was doing good, but my friend's car got stuck in a parking garage because they closed for today. Oh, damn. I almost had that happen to me at one point. That is very unlucky. I hope you can still get home or something like that. Even without touching it, I could tell it had some weight to it. It was composed of a grip and a cone-shaped part, and it was obviously made to be a piercing weapon. Maybe it was like a miniature version of those lances Western knights used on horseback. The spiral-shaped ditches in it made it also look like a small drill. However, the grip had an occult design modeled off a demon or something. So instead of a weapon used in war, it felt like something that would be used in a ceremony to offer up living sacrifices. There's no mistake. They're meant to be sacrifices. On the 7th twilight, gouge the knee and kill. On the 8th twilight, gouge the leg and kill. Wait a sec. That means they've left out the 4th, 5th, and 6th twilights. I have some news for you, buddy. I'm taking the long walk home. Like 2 hours! Oh boy. That is a long time. I hope you can get home sooner than 2 hours. That's a long time. It's a good workout. Of course. Why is Genji-san alone? If something like this had happened, why aren't Joji, Aniki, Gora-san, and Shannon-chan here? Why was Genji-san alone? What's going on? Where did Joji-kun and the other two go? I cannot read anymore. They said they wanted to search for something in Madame Natsuhi's room and they left. They have not returned yet. Oh my god. What did you say? You say they left, but when was that? 2 or 3 hours ago, I believe. That long ago? No way. Why didn't you tell us something that... Wait, no. Why didn't you think that was suspicious? Genji, for the love of God! I could understand like half an hour, maybe an hour, but 2 or 3 hours? My boy, you could have at least told them they were missing. Oh my god. There must be at least one servant on standby at all times. It was my duty to wait for orders until they returned. Genji. Was Genji-san really this much of a robot? This is bad. This is bad. It's really bad. Dr. Nanjo and Kumasawa-san were killed like this, which means that 3 people have already been killed. We ran toward Aunt Natsuhi's room, with a touch of anxiety and just as much resignation. Before we even saw the inside of Aunt Natsuhi's room, we were forced to resign ourselves to a certain fact. On that door was a bizarre scribble. No, filth? Anyway, the room wasn't in an ordinary state, and without even opening the door, we could imagine what we'd find inside. On the face of the door, how should I say it? Handprints. done heavily with the same red paint as the magic circles from before. Huh. Had banged on the door, scratched at it, dirtied it. It looked like the aftermath of a kindergartner playing in the mud. I didn't know what it could mean. The bright red paint that had been slathered on was dripping down, and even though no one said it, it made us think of blood. It's like on episode... It's like in episode 1 now? So maybe the mirror did actually work because she had it in the room? Interesting. This isn't normal. They made it seem so easy, like the way they opened the door. Beato hates Natsuhi's door in particular. I'm guessing it's because of the mirror in there. Still very interesting.
Genji-san, 開けてください.
Genji-san, please open it. Aunt Rosa held her gun up high and ordered Genji-san to open the door. Genji-san approached it without seeming particularly troubled by that stuff on it and turned the knob, but immediately turned around, shaking his head. It's locked, isn't it? It was locked, and at that moment, there was only one person in this mansion who could lock and unlock doors at will, Aunt Rosa. This time, Genji-san asked Aunt Rosa to unlock the door instead of the other way around. Well, this time, the key was inside the room, and the room can be locked from the inside, because that's what Gora tried to do. He tried to lock the door constantly, even though he did give up at some point. Beato was struggling with the lock and faking it to Goda. That's actually a really funny thought. That makes the whole ordeal even funnier somehow. This time, Genji-san asked Aunt Rosa to unlock the door instead of the other way around. After frowning slightly for a second, Aunt Rosa handed me a master key and told me to open the door.
Batara-kun, これで開けてもらえる?
Batara-kun, would you open it for me with this?
そのくらいのこと、ケンジさんを信用しても。
Just trusting Genji-san with something like that wouldn't... Aunt Rosa glared at me intensely. Getting into a fight here would only make the mood turn even more sour. Insane. That she isn't even trusting him in this situation is crazy. Without talking back anymore, I approached that creepy door and tried the knob. It didn't open. It was definitely the resistance of the lock. I stuck the master key into the keyhole. Clunk. There was a slight resistance. Aunt Rosa told me to be on my guard, and I opened the door without really guarding myself in any way. And then there was a scene laid out before us that didn't betray my expectations at all. Horrible.
やっぱり第4、6の番の再現だったな。
I'm gonna read them right away. Oshiromiya Joji died in Natsuhi's room with his stomach pierced by a weapon shaped like a stake. At the 6th twilight, gouged the stomach and kill. It was possible that they would have ended up as the 2nd twilight. There she is. Servant Shannon died in Natsuhi's room with her forehead pierced by a weapon shaped like a stake. At the 4th twilight, gouged the head and kill. She spent her last moments with her beloved. At least she didn't disrespect them, like she did Kanon. Servant Goda died in Natsuhi's room with his chest pierced by a weapon shaped like a stake. At the 5th twilight, gouged the chest and kill. The cook was cooked! Why would you say that? Why would you say that? Why would you say that? I can't believe that. And the kihihi. At least the corpses stayed put this time, yeah, for once. I wonder why it's like different for each murder. I mean, in Kanon's case it was like a disrespect, but Kumasawa and Nanjo, I don't understand why they were taken and then just dumped in the courtyard. That's kind of weird. He's so cooked, chat. Maria, maybe. Killed him twice? Goda? Yeah. I mean, many people have died twice. Or you mean Kanon? As I thought, it's a reproduction of the 4th, 5th, and 6th Twilights. The inside of the room looked as though a robber had just broken in. Drawers had been flung open, pulled out, and had their contents thrown about all over the place, leaving the room so cluttered you'd never believe it belonged to the methodical Aunt Natsuhi. But the very first thing that caught our eyes was Gora-san's corpse lying face down in front of the door. Right in the center of his chest, almost as though it had been stuck there to finish off a vampire, was one of those demon stakes from before. Exactly how far it could it have reached after being stuck that deeply into his chest? Just imagining it would make anyone's chest hurt. Also, thank you for the 70 stream streak, Vita. I feel really sad. I really like Goda. Like, he really redeemed himself in this episode, and then he died this way. It was really sad. Wasn't gouging the chest the 5th Twilight? Maria grabbed my hand. Her expression looked just like normal. Maybe she really was afraid of the aura in this room where the 3 corpses lay. Maybe it's more so the mirror. And along the wall furthest into the room, Joji and Nikki lay dead. This time, one of those stakes had been rammed right into the center of his stomach. Wasn't gouging the stomach the 6th Twilight? Oh no, why? I don't want to see her like that. No. Shonan-chan's corpse was face down in front of a dresser, lying in a sea of blood. Oh. Oh man. That's a very unfortunate position. I wonder why they were moved like this. I think Goda stayed about the same, but Shanan and Joji were definitely together. I wonder why they were split up like this. I mean, I can imagine why, to not let them be together in death, but like, still. I meant the stupid comment. Ah, okay. Yeah, don't worry. I get it now. They had to kill the last 2 Twilights first, and they also found the stakes out of order. Yeah, so technically, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter in what order they were killed, maybe, as long as like the gouging is done in the right order. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't matter, unless Kumasawa and Nanjo weren't really dead. Maybe the order is important. It is very weird to do it like this. And they're specifically mentioning the Twilights for each corpse that they find, so maybe it does matter. Maybe it is important. Had she seen her own face at the end in that horribly broken mirror stained with blood? Because she was lying that way. I couldn't see her face, but I could guess without even seeing it. Nearby, in the sea of blood she lay in, a demon's stake had fallen. Only the 4th Twilight was left. Gouged the head and kill. Maybe my heart was totally worn out and dead. Even though I knew it was wrong, I lifted her head and checked. And I confirmed that my guess had been right on the mark. Wait, so does that mean that Kinzo actually survived? I'm just not realizing this. If everyone is already dead... I mean, he didn't need to be killed, but maybe he was killed anyway? We don't really know. He could still be dead, but he doesn't have to be dead. He could technically be alive. They never checked on him. I'm gonna assume he's dead though. Just because like the whole butterfly entering his room thing, probably. There was a gaping hole in Shanan-chan's head and the insides were dripping out. Not only that, but you could even see inside her. After seeing that, I finally realized I was doing something wrong. That is fucked up. I immediately averted my eyes, but by now, it was probably pointless. Oh. Hey, Batora-kun! You mustn't touch anything until the police come. What do you think you're doing, touching it? How is she standing? Oh, she's blocking the way. I see. Okay, okay. I was confused by the orientation of her fingers.
せっかくの現場証拠がおかしくなっちゃったらどうするのよ
What will you do if our precious evidence on the scene gets disturbed? Precious evidence? You're gonna call Shannon's corpse precious evidence. That's so fucked up. Why would you say that? Androsa got violently mad at me and even tugged at the back of my collar. I tottered limply and fell on my butt, gazing dimply up at the ceiling. He's so done. I feel so bad for him. He does not deserve to see all of this, man. He is so done emotionally. This is actual torture for him. There's always nobody shall be left alive, true. She thinks the Polizei will come. If only it was so easy. Oishi, knocking on the door. She is precious and she is evidence. I mean, I guess so. Very goal-oriented at the moment. She is. Yeah, I don't know. She's really trying to prove herself here. She's trying to prove that she can do this, maybe? To herself, to others. With this, even the 8th twilight is over. What was the 9th twilight again?
第9の晩に魔女は蘇る。誰も生き残れはしない。
On the 9th twilight, the witch shall revive and none shall be left alive. I see.
これで黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェは復活するんだ。
After this, the golden witch Beatrice will be revived.
そしてなんだ。
What then?
最後の第10の晩。
On the final 10th twilight.
第10の晩に旅は終わる。黄金の里に至るだろう。
On the 10th twilight, at journey's end, you shall attain to the power of the Golden Land's treasures, once and for the last time.
黄金鏡の扉はもうすぐ開かれるんだよ。
Very soon, the door to the Golden Land will be opened.
もうすぐ。
Very soon.
魔女は蘇り、誰も生き残れはしない。
The witch shall be revived and none shall be left alive, huh?
俺たちはこれから死ぬのか。
We're gonna die now?
それともこれで生贄の儀式は終了だ。俺たちの旅は終わり、黄金鏡へたどり着けるのか。
Or does this mean the ceremony of sacrifices is over, and that now, at journey's end, we'll reach the Golden Land?
何が俺たちの旅だ。
What is our journey?
俺たちは今日一日、犯人を見つけよう、事態を打開しようと散々頭をひねって。
We've spent the whole day trying to find the culprit, spinning our heads as we try to break out of this situation.
何も至れなかった。
And we haven't gotten anywhere.
バカの考え、休むに似たりってやつだ。
It's like they say, thinking stupid is no better than sleeping.
そうさ、俺たちは今日一日、ずっと憎悪と疑心暗鬼で自分を焼き焦がした。
This is such a sad expression. Like, genuinely, this one makes me feel nothing but sympathy for him. He looks like a little sad puppy, but like in the worst way possible. He looks so devastated. I feel so bad. I just want to give them all a hug, man. This is so awful. I remember this from Sonic Adventure 2. What? I heard that as gold oriented. I mean, maybe. She needs the money, so she's goal oriented and also gold oriented. It's not wrong. That's right. We've spent the whole day burning ourselves up with the hatred and paranoia.
死んだ人間しか信用できないって言って、
We were so sure we could only trust the dead.
わざわざ3人の死に顔をここまで確認に来たんだぜ。
That we came all the way here just to confirm these 3 deaths with our own eyes.
こんな俺たちが
If we're like this,
そうして
why
黄金鏡とやらにたどり着けるっていうんだ。
should we be able to make it to the Golden Land? He's not wrong. It is kind of messed up. That's right. If we couldn't resolve any of our problems anyway, it would have been so much better if we'd locked ourselves up the whole time without thinking at all. Grandfather is the wisest of us. He's been shut up in his room since yesterday without any contact with anyone. That was the right decision. Grandfather was the most correct of us all.
大丈夫だよバトラー
It's okay, Batora.
マリアといれば大丈夫
If you're with me, you'll be okay.
魔女はとても気まぐれで時に面白半分に人間を殺すかもしれない恐ろしい存在だけれど
The witch is very fickle, and she's a terrifying being who might kill humans partly for fun sometimes.
でもマリアと一緒にいれば絶対に大丈夫
However, if you're with me, you'll be
だ
okay.
から怯えないで
So don't be afraid. I trust her, actually. I wonder what she'll be able to do, if she'll also be able to defend herself. I mean, if she really is a witch and she can, I don't know, summon demons or whatever, it would be kind of cool.
気がするでも嬉しいぞ
Thank you. Even if you're just saying it to console me, I'm glad. I trust her. After Androsa finished investigating the corpses, she announced that she'd seal this room again. Chased the rest of us out, stole back the master key she'd lent me, and locked the door again. Apparently, Joji Aniki had been holding the key to Aunt Natsuhi's room. She also collected that. Wait a sec. She's got all the master keys on her person. If Natsuhi's own key was locked up inside this room, doesn't that make it another closed room? So what? Is this the fourth closed room? Well, yeah. It kinda is. Now that the suspicions surrounding those three had been cleared, we returned to the parlor once more. I don't have a clue what's going on anymore. If only the dead are innocent and everyone alive is a wolf, that leaves only me, Aunt Rosa, Maria, and Genji-san. And besides us, there's only grandfather and that 19th person, the guest we've seen no trace of, Beatrice. 13 people have died and 6 are left. How would a wolves and sheep puzzle with only 6 people end? Even though a puzzle that started with 19 people has been reduced to 6, I can't think of an answer. I want them to check on Kinzo so bad. Okay, but I think this is a good place to stop for today. I don't know how much longer the episode will be. I have a feeling it's gonna be quite long, so I actually wanna leave the rest for Sunday. I'm feeling hopeful that we can actually finish it on Sunday too. Let me see. Who can I raid today? Sadly, I cannot raid Rice. That would be too nice. Wow, that rhymed even. Let me see. Who else? You know, I don't think I've ever gotten to raid Yes. She's a really cool artist. And I really like watching her streams, actually. I think she's German too, so heh. You will get exposed to more German people on twitch.tv. I think it's a good stop. Okay, that's good then. It's all Twilights, but even so, there's a tea party, and yeah, there's a lot still missing, I think. I think after all the Twilights were done last time, there was still quite a lot of reading to do, so I think this is a good stop. Also, hello, Lurkaroo. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you... Seriously, what the fuck, Clap? Thank you, Grok. Thank you, Lark. Thank you, Amadis. Thank you, Miggles. Thank you, Trace. Thank you, Lurkaroo. Thank you, KBC Jazz. Thank you, Fita. Thank you, Austin. Thank you, Taikai. Thank you, Blood, and everyone else who stopped by. I really appreciate it. It was very fun, and I look forward to Sunday. I have a lot of thoughts to sort out. I want to go through at least my last couple of streams to like get some theories working. So yeah, I'll see how far I get. Anyway, I hope you have a good weekend, and I'll see you on Sunday. Bye bye!